All right, so hello, friends and friends of friends. This is the second episode of Dungeons and Diablos, or I'm pretty sure it's D&Diablos. That's the title, right? So
Diablos and Dragons.
I call it the fun time. So, for those of you who were not here last fortnight, and that too. For those of us who were not here last fortnight, and for those of us that are getting a refresher from last fortnight, our merry band of heroes met up in a dreary little camp in the depths of the Khanduras countryside. They were all there for assorted reasons, or sorted origins, you know how it is. But they were very quickly shoehorned into the same party and thrown off into the world like the young Pokemon trainers they are all destined to be. They are heading to the town of Tristram. Once the capital of Khanduras, now a burnt-out ruin after a great evil rose there and spread throughout the overrun countryside, and evidently went to the Rogue Citadel, the large bastion separating Khanduras from the wealthy nations to the east. The team here... Just turn it down. The team here has been on the road for a few hours before they were accosted by a band of corrupted rogues, who they very promptly slew, ending the threat that Bloodraven and her raiders were representing throughout the land. They did save one of the rogues, however, which was an unexpected turn of events, amongst many unexpected turn of events, which now leaves us to where we are presently, at an impasse, left deciding what you're going to do about this particular corrupted rogue, who doesn't seem to be quite as malicious as she once was. And of all the people, I believe one character here has a very strong opinion as to what should be happening.
Yes, Hector wanted to kill the infected immediately, but he was talked down and has since sort of walked away. He is distancing himself from this scene for now to let the others handle it, because he knows that his choice has already been made.
All right. Moved then to the twin tieflings. What are you thinking? What's your situation like right this second?
Oh, we're French today. Okay, fair enough.
He said, "Oh, we're French today."
Don't worry, we'll get that. We'll figure it out. Vraciel is busily fussing over her sister, who was completely unharmed in the last fight, but she is fussing nevertheless. When the question arises, however, she's like, "Yeah, let the others handle it. It's not important, you know. The rogue is alive. We can keep her alive. You know, if we need to kill her later, we can kill her later." Okay. Every time. Okay, I guess that makes us, the responsible ones here. Okay,
Caster Spot is currently looking forlornly towards the riverside, lost in thought.
I'm not drunk. I'll say that. I'm not drunk yet.
Look, the job is to go to Tristram and to come back from Tristram, so I think we just tie her up and we bring her with us. That is a good plan. Okay, yes. All right, we will do that one, and then we can decide if we tie up or kill.
They're in the middle one. The last wagon is currently it's currently on fire and has a large hole in the side of it due to a fire spell from Yoru and a very bloodied remains of a corpse that old maid Ro here tore down. Old maid Vera. Vera's handiwork. Sure. Cool. So as you look inside the wagon, you see that it's full of like trade goods, furs, and that sort of thing. Looks like it's
Oh wait,
sort of.
Excuse me. Can I see them from the back?
Yeah, you can see them from the back.
Can I go in the wagon?
Sure, you can go in the wagon.
I think I'd.
Yeah,
It's
English.
just
Yeah.
depressed. I would like to pat my son on the head and then go, Daddy knows what the ladies like, and then crawl into the cat.
Oh my.
And then crawl into the wagon and try to take some of the beautiful coats.
So it's like you're like looking in from the side. There's like a little thing you can like pull to the sides, like a sort of tent.
So I'd grab some of the, as much as I could. Just completely ignore her.
Yeah,
I'm drunk, remember, and then walk out.
All right. So you have acquired pelts. There's fur pelts. I'll let you decide what animal they are from. They'll be small game of some sort.
Wait, what are they,
Rabbit.
pelts?
Yeah, pelts
I
like
want-
hunting.
Mink.
Okay.
Mink. Mink. He's amazed that I could pick. Beaver. Yeah, I want a beaver coat. Cardi beaver.
All right. Yeah, so there's you have an armful of beaver pelts from that. I'll let you figure out how you're going to carry them around.
So I'm the beaver man now.
So yes, the rogue was sort of like tucked away in the corner with a bunch of pelts over her. The blanket that Cass had given her is
No, it's kidding.
the blanket Cass had
Coming
passed
back
to
for
her. Oh no,
No,
was
it's kidding.
thrown over her, and she's sort of just like sitting there defensively, like staring at fucking Artemis, like what the fuck is this? But as you speak, she like looks to you. Her eyes are like dart around a little bit. She's clearly listening and clearly cognitive, but a touch shy. She sort of glances around. First, quite like snappy and snappy and whatnot. But starts to sort of relax a little bit. She realizes that she isn't in immediate danger. It's like, I don't know. I don't know where I am. I don't remember. She like holds her hand up in front of her and sort of like turns it around. You can see that the skin has all sort of like peeled up and hardened into this sort of carapace, almost like metal armor, except flesh. Sort of goes and like strums it against the wood of the cart. Like, I'm not who I was, and I don't know who I should be. She sort of trails off and like looks over to you and goes, sorry, what was the question? And she shakes her head slowly. Again, she shakes her head. And then stops, like, the monastery. I'm from the monastery.
Okay, what is the first thing that you remember?
Fire. She holds her hands up again, like, the fire is what caused this all to happen.
Like this.
The hot fire, not the cold fire, the hot fire. She nods, like, fearfully. Yes. The cold fire is terrible. You do not want the cold fire. You want the hot fire. It will get you to where you need to be. It will please the maiden of the castle, of the monastery. She likes the hot, not the cold.
Shooter.
She pauses again and, like, sort of skittishly looks around. Like, she doesn't like it when we say her name. Roll a persuasion check for me, please.
Don't worry, I got friendship ready if you don't. Well, in the meantime, Artemis is patting his son on the shoulder and is very proud of him because this is going to be his son's new wife. 8. Yeah,
I'll give you the
very high
15.
persuasion.
Yeah. So yeah, she seems to relax quite a bit and sort of just softens, like, good, okay. That is good. That is good. You will want to speak with Lady Andariel. She is the one who controls the monastery now. The speakers all speak her words, all but one who fled south to the camp that we were meant to find, but we failed Andariel's speakers. We did not bring the lost speaker back to the fold. Yes. And as a sort of insight, yeah, so as a sort of insight, you could assume that she's talking about someone in the camp, but who that is, you could ask her. She nods her head. The speakers, the 12 eldest sisters, are the ones who determine what the rogues do in Khanduras. 11 of them remained behind when the lady rose, but one left and took our sisters away from Andariel. You must return. They are lost and scared and need Andariel's guidance in order to prepare for what is to come to this world. She slowly
Artemis
looks over to
pops
Artemis.
his head back in and goes, Can we let me get there. Can we Oh no. He looks very bothered by it, but just kind of stares at her like, what? Is this a moment? What's going on here? So he kind of just looks at the lady, and he's just staring now, locks eyes with this man in the trailer in the
Yeah.
wagon.
She sort of locks eyes with you as
Trash.
well, and her head like twists and turns very jankily as she speaks. The Prince of Khanduras failed to contain the dark of Tristram. Evil walks free, and it will unleash a tide that will envelop the world.
Part of this.
Only through Andariel can we be protected from terror. Oh, Bloodraven.
Blood Raven.
Blood. She says blood a few times, and Bloodraven. Bloodraven was our champion who went to Tristram, along with Prince Aiden and the Zakharum priest from the east, to defeat the demons that came from the cathedral there. But she was not strong enough to withstand the terror from there. She needed salvation from Andariel to regain a semblance of control. She was the first to fall, and she slowly starts to sort of descend into just
Can I-
incomprehensible words.
Can I do something real quick?
Of course you can.
I'd like to slowly raise my crossbow.
Oh my god.
Not pointed at her, but just getting ready
You
to
are
shoot her just in case.
you are more than welcome to slowly raise your crossbow.
I would like to.
Veraciel doesn't just like seeing this, just like nods, like,
But if she starts to pop off, I'd like to, So when we get there, I guess, if she starts to get a little more kooky.
Roll history for me.
It's okay if you don't find it out. That's what friends is for. And this crossbow.
Cool. So you are. So the name Andariel feels familiar. It's like from a dream from the beginning of the day, as if this was just past noon. You remember, you should remember it, but you do not remember anything about it. It's likely something you knew before you were splintered into these multiple shards. Similarly, Vera is the exact same. She also feels like she should know who Andariel is. In your previous life, you would have known who Andariel is, but you don't right now. The meaning of the name escapes you.
Would I know Indario?
Roll a history check as well.
Let me pull up my character sheet. I forgot to do that. Let's see. History. Where is that? 'Cause I am silly. Oh, here it is. History. Okay.
Sure, okay. So, you're familiar with a tale from old. Basically, not close.
Tale as old as me.
It's sort of a religious tale, but there was a ancient war long ago between basically the righteous and the unrighteous. It was the foundation on which the dominant faith in the world was based on. Andariel was recognized in this tale as she was not really a cult leader, but she was a figure within the forces that were seen as the forces of sin. She was renowned for being incredibly empathetic and very sympathized with her followers greatly, and tragically was simply on the wrong side of a greater conflict as to why she had to be put to the sword. You're also aware that this tale is very embellished. It's based on a seed of truth. There are some theories saying that it is exactly what happened. There are others saying that it is a watered down, suppressed version of more supernatural events that happened many, many years ago. But you definitely recognize the name from that tale.
My hand, Zanitra's hand is still over my mouth, right? He ain't gonna move. he gonna lick the hand. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Well, I'll see what the beastie does, and then see if I want to speak up.
Cool. So, yep. She pauses in thought and then shakes her head. I do not know. I cannot hear Andariel's words. She has decided I am unworthy of her care, and I am now lost. She looks up to you, to old Netfari. Like, what would you say I do? I cannot return home. I cannot.
Before she can even finish,
Oh no.
Hector interrupts out of nowhere, and he just yells back, "Are you finished speaking with the heretic?"
How fucked up does this rogue look? Like,
Relatively, she looks like she could pass off as a tiefling to the sort of untrained eye. There are some differences, but unless someone's inspecting, like, oh, your horns aren't made of horn, they're made of, like, strange burnt skin that looks like horn. Like, no one's gonna notice.
okay, well, I guess, Veraciel is just gonna, yeah, just go, just leave, I don't know, like, how much more west is there to go? Like, how far west are we?
Is that a question to me, or is it a question to her or to the party?
It's both.
There's plenty of west.
There you go. Just go west, just keep going until eventually, you find somewhere that, they don't know who you are, and, settle down there, pretend you are, well, no, probably you cannot be a bakery, I don't. Who's going to buy from her? Look at her. We are beautiful, but come on, if we tried to be backers, how many people do you think would buy from us?
Her eyes actually light up as you mentioned Baker, and she's like, Baker. Yes, I remember baking bread and she like slowly starts to get up and like rummaging around to try and find some clothing in the wagon, slowly sort of putting it on. It's like, I need to get away from the monastery, and Ariel is. I cannot go back. I must. And she again sort of just falls off into prattling nonsense. But she sounds a bit sturdier and a bit steadier from what she was when you first started speaking. So.
Artemis holds up a finger and like, and he goes, I think actually you should come with us. She could get us past. I know Ariel personally. I've known a lot of them, and I think you should come with us. And my son, my beautiful son. And he just kind of like pleads with her with his eyes. Please, please.
Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Yes.
Say yes.
She just
Yeah.
I need to get an add-on for that. Send me the add-on after. I'll get it installed for next time. Yeah, but she just shakes her head. It's like, I'm sorry. I cannot go back towards the demon. I cannot let her thoughts take my thoughts anymore. I have to leave. I will be a good baker. I promise. And
No, you're not gonna be a good baker, and I'll
Oh my
tell you
God.
why. And I'll tell you why. All right, I've done a lot of shit in my life. You don't get this old, just, and you gotta come with us, okay? And if you don't, that shiny man, right there, and he points at Hector, he will literally kill you. And yeah. So come on, get out the wagon. Let's go.
she is not listening to you.
Is that so?
Oh my God.
Okay, we are going to put you in the canoe now, and
What?
And
What? Where's our canoe?
Vera-
What?
Vera is going to step. Vera's going to step over to Oh shit! What's your character's name? Fuck. Artemis.
Artemis.
All right, which one is your character token?
The
You're
old man right here. I'm the old man.
Yeah, Vera's gonna step over to Artemis, and with her, like, what is her strength score? It's like 18 or 20. She's literally just gonna pick him up, like, physically pick him up.
Can't pick up this old man. Yeah, he might.
Oh, it's not Vile
He
style.
might.
It's
He
like,
might look at her. It don't matter.
It's
Yeah,
like it's like he's picking him up overhead, like a fucking Tuscan Raider with his gaffy stick, just
Yeah.
like.
Oh, hot. He looks
Yeah.
right at her, and he's like, "That's all you got, mommy."
Oh my God.
She ignores him, and she's just gonna walk down this hill, find the
I-
canoe, and place him in it.
Isn't the
Cause-
canoe
alright.
like at the bottom
Canoe's
of the
currently
lake?
so the canoe's currently wedged in the river, stuck like its nose against this little rock face over here.
Oh well, in that case, he gets put in that.
He just kind of looks at her. They're just staring at each other now. Secret lovers.
Once he's in it, she then kicks the canoe to dislodge it.
Okay,
Oh.
the canoe gets dislodged and slowly starts to float
Rise
down the river.
upstream. Yay. Do I get to go to a different map now? Personal plot.
Its river movement is very slow, and it's more like a lake, not lake, like a trickling creek than anything else. So you can just get out.
I don't want to.
Oh my God.
You know what? Just cause of that, cause she kicked him, and he stands up out of the canoe and takes a patch and throws it at her off the coast.
All right, roll the D100, Billy, so that we can see what comes out of your coat.
Was it /roll D100?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
52. What do we got?
Did I throw a horse in?
Okay, so Ro, this is what happened. Whereabouts? Okay, hang on. Where are you standing right now, Ro? Where are you standing when this lands at your feet?
Like right on the fucking edge of the creek, just like she's just standing there with her hands on her hips, watching him drift.
Okay, so you see this patch get fucking. Billy, please describe how you like. What do you do? What actually hit?
So he's like, alright, you're gonna be like that? Fine! And rips a patch off and throws it. He just yeets it at the woman. He's very inebriated, so he wasn't trying to hurt her, but also whatever comes out, because I don't even know, that's up to Ariel.
It turns into a fucking bear.
So
There's a poof of magic, and this 10 by 10 foot square here disappears, and 10 foot of dirt is just eradicated from existence. The river immediately starts to fucking flood in on itself as this large pit has now appeared underneath Vera's feet. I'm going to give you a chance to not fall with a dex saving throw.
Reflex.
Yep.
There we go. Alright, hold on, because I'm a barbarian,
Mm-hmm.
let me see.
don't forget, I'm still in the canoe coming for you, because now I'm going into the river too.
The canoe is now being... We'll get to you in a second, Bash.
Alright, I have advantage on dexterity saving throws against effects I can see.
All right, you can see the hole.
There you go. Alright, so, fuck, where are... Oh, my God. Attributes, there we go. Dexterity. Where are my saving throws?
Just click it, and it should give you the option to do it as a save.
Oh, okay, yep, I see. And how do I roll it with advantage?
Just roll it. There you go.
There you go.
Naturally.
So I'm assuming that does it.
Yeah, no, you do not fall in the hole.
I would
Tell us what
also
happened.
like to attack with an improvised weapon that is the canoe. I'm just kidding.
Oh, God.
I'd like to attack with the improvised weapon that's the canoe with Artemis in it.
Oh no!
Okay. Just as a moment as well, with this newfound pit, the water was once going downstream. Now the water is going upstream until this pit is filled. So Billy, your boat is floating away, and then it floats back the way it came, back closer to the probably not particularly happy
Can I
barbarian.
hop out of the canoe?
You can hop out of the canoe, yes.
I would like to hop out of the canoe.
All right.
So, by the time he drifts back, Veraciel is already walking back uphill to rejoin his sister.
So how do I? What am I rolling?
You don't have to roll anything. You just get out of the canoe.
Oh, okay. So he hops on out and kind of looks on back at the hole he created, and is just kind of like nice, and then like goes back up the hill with her.
Cool. So, at this
I
point,
made a hole.
the corrupted rogue has come out. She's dressed. She's like, oh, yeah.
He considers this for a moment. Very well. Bring her to me.
Rogue.
Let us step away from the carts.
Oh, no. The rogue
Oh,
sort of
no.
like tentatively follows after Hector.
Of course. And now, the thing is about Hector. He is a vengeance paladin. And his
Mhm.
player did not take any of the supportive abilities, including Bless.
Okay.
So,
He would never.
Something's going to get blessed, that's for sure.
what he does is he holds out his hand and sort of places a gentle palm on the corrupted rogue's forehead. And he begins to recite a prayer.
Mm-hmm.
And as he does, he casts Sacred Flame on the rogue.
All right, they do not succeed the save, which means they will take 6 damage.
Yep. So they sort of from their forehead, and it begins to spread throughout their body. Yes.
It has to be fire. Sacred Flame is radiant damage, not fire damage. So it's like holy light sort of thing.
So essentially, they are engulfed in a light coating of radiant flame, which would burn away at whatever sort of corruption they still have within them.
Okay. So that's exactly what happens. She like lets out a wail as, you know, she catches holy fire and sort of like stumbles forward, breathing heavily. Curiously enough, she's clearly injured, but she doesn't seem surprised or hesitant about it. She seems just to be accepting that this is what the ritual should be, sort of panting heavily after the fact.
It has been blessed. he says.
Cool. She like straightens up, panting heavily, and then bows her head faintly before shakily making her way.
Stop!
She stops.
You simply bowed your head in thanks to the blessing of heaven? Get on your hands and knees and grovel before my divine gods.
So at this point, like, Horaciel is, like, coming back up the hill, and she's just, like, she looks at the rogue, and she's like, you get out of here. There will be groveling for later. Don't worry.
Like, thank you. And sort of waddles off.
And faintly...
Can I stop her from waddling off? Because I would
Sure you could.
totally love to watch her grovel. So can I stop her?
You could, yeah, if you want to try, you can. You don't need
Can
to
I
ask
just walk
permission.
her path?
Yeah, you get in front of her.
So Artemis kind of runs in front of her and is like, no. And he points over to Hector and he goes, I think you should do what he says. And kind of like motions. Go on.
Why
go on.
are you tormenting me like Andariel?
Well, that works. And so he kind of goes, oh, what? I don't know. And then just walks on by.
Yeah, okay, she waddles off.
Horaciel shoves the corrupted rogue and is like, okay, you'd better run.
She takes the hit.
By corrupted rogue. So Artemis leans over and goes, where's the bourbon? He kind of squints at her and he's like, doth mine eyes? No. he leans over, he's like, I heard you say bourbon.
No, she said burden.
What?
Because she carries a heavy burden. There is so much weight on her. She is such a compassionate. Look at her.
He just looks stunned and just kind of looks between the two of them and is like, what? Oh, come on, son. And he just kind of, let's go. Kind of stomps on off after Hector, his new friend he's just having too much of a good time with now. Teasing that man.
Yeah, that's very surprising. Okay, let's go. We've got to get to Tristram. Hector, let's go make some demon grovel instead, okay?
Yep.
Indeed. Let us proceed to the next destination.
And proceed to the next destination, you do. Let's just do...
Oh my god. This is ridiculous. I wanted to watch some groveling. I don't look.
Splash screen.
I made a hole and a canoe. How many patches do I have? 11?
You have 9 left.
9. Okay.
Yeah, new music. Go to Frostpunk. We got to use video game music so Twitch doesn't ban us. So, you carry on into the afternoon and later into the evening, heading along the decrepit highway towards Tristram. Once upon a time, this was the capital of Khanduras. This run-down, pathetic little town. As you pass the moors and move through the low-hanging mists of the surrounding area, the distinct red glow of flickering fires, as well as the dull howl of distant winds, surely paints a dreary picture of what is to come. As you're approaching, you start to notice glowing red fissures marking the rolling hills around you. A soft steam rising from them as it mixes with the gentle rain falling from the darkened skies. As you pass a collapsed sign on the outskirts of town, a crumbling ruin greets you. As mentioned before, this used to be the capital of Khanduras, a boomtown, a place of hope, which had plans to grow into a true urban centre, akin to what you'd find in the wealthy nations of Westmarch or Kyrgyzstan. That being said, years of madness and suffering has instead led to decay, regression, and eventual death. The scholar, Deckard Cain, supposedly lives here, the last of an ancient order of scholars, the Horodrim, and the key to understanding the evil that has been darkening the Rogue Citadel up to the north. Locating his home and redirecting the gateway to his arcane sanctum is what you're all here to do. The Tristram hides many more secrets than merely the last of the Horodrim. This was where Diablo, the Lord of Terror, originally awoke and was defeated by the three heroes Aiden, Bloodraven, and the unknown priest from the east, who arguably did not do a very good job of this, as seen from the surrounding countryside. This town has a history, and it has seen its share of heroes. Let's see if you fare any better.
Artemis nods to her and goes, "Look, I'm old. It's always been like that. It's not that nice."
You have never seen anything. You have never seen anything like this openly. You have seen small fissures like this, as in the ones that you have come out of when you first arrived on the world. So it's not something you'd see very often. And I'm assuming everyone can see the new map?
It's
Yep.
like
Yes.
blocked out in places, but I'm assuming that's on purpose.
That's on purpose. As you move, you'll be able to see things based on your own vision line of sight. So don't move too far at once, because I'll be reacting to your movements.
So Hector takes the lead,
Okay.
and sort of like with his hands held on the hilt of both swords, as someone else, might walk with their hands on their hips.
Mhm.
He marches forward towards the town square, and though
Cool.
he doesn't say anything, he's sort of holding that silent aura about him that's just sort of saying, "Follow me, or don't, but I'm going this way."
Very good.
I want Artemis. Oh.
Veraciel nods and just follows after him. She's got a greatsword just propped up on her shoulder, ready to go.
Yep, and just for control's sake, you can zoom out with the mouse wheel and right-click to move around the map.
I want Artemis to follow right behind Hector, but in a mocking way with his crossbows. He's like, kind of like
Strutting.
behind him.
Cool. So yep, you're able to approach into the town centre or town square with little to no, nothing really jumps out at you. There will be a couple of things you notice. First of all, directly in front of you, there is a sign half hanging off of the shop it's saying Griswold's Blacksmith. And directly below you, or to the south, there is a large statue of a winged man, presumably an angel, like some sort of angelic knight, with a very large smear of blood on the ground around it, with ancient infernal runes.
Say that. I was gonna say that.
Speak no such blaspheme.
So from here, I'll point out the things that are, that you can very clearly see. First of all, you can see a large building on fire, large flame land. There is what looks like a general store directly below you or to your south, which looks like it's quite unscathed. The doors are just shut, the windows are closed, it's having a good time. There's Griswold's aforementioned blacksmith directly to your north, and a little further in, you can barely see through the night, the darkness of the night. You can see a little pumpkin field out the side of a larger house. feel free to move around to decide where it is you want to go.
I want to find the bar.
Roll perception for me.
Also, really quick, do people live here, or is this like long since abandoned?
People used to live here. However, no one has heard. Oh, no one has heard anything from Tristram in quite some time.
Okay.
And people have basically told stories of shit's fucked. And as you can see, based on the large blood ritual on the ground, shit's pretty fucked.
Yeah,
Should be
so
pretty
Hector is going to take a few steps forward, and
Mhm.
before he walks into the town square, he is going to peer at the sort of horrific thing that he's seeing in the middle to see if he recognizes the nature of these runes, to try to decipher what sort of ritual this was.
Roll an investigation. And while you're doing that, looking inside the building. Which building do you look inside, by the way, Major? Okay, so that's just the one to your south. If you move. Oh no! I put a window down as a door like an idiot. Okay, if you keep on like moving down a little bit past the bench, let's just move you to where it is. Okay, yeah, so right now you're at a door. There's a door there with a little window inside. You peek inside, it's pretty dark. You can't really see much on the inside.
Can I just shoot through the window?
You can do whatever you want.
I would like to do that. I would like to
Okay.
just fire a crossbow through the window and then hop on in through the nice hole that it made.
Okay. The window on the door is quite small, like it's probably about the size of your
Oh.
head. So it's
Oh,
like a
then never
pier hole
mind.
sort of thing.
I just want to kick the door open. Dramatically.
Alright, get to you in a sec. Hector. So you recognize this as a binding ritual. These symbols are ones often used by the Burning Hells to ensure that bodies and spirits cannot leave the particular area. They're often used to create unwilling guards who are compelled to carry out duties even in death. And unless properly dispelled, the guards can be very hard to kill.
And would I know how to dispel that effect?
I'm going to say you would have an inkling. Usually there is some sort of arcane energy or conduit which is rooting the undead here. If you can somehow break that conduit, that would usually do it. There might be more information on the statue itself. There might be more information scattered around the town. At this point, you need more pieces to put a puzzle together.
Okay, so he's gonna walk right up to the statue and sort of
Cool.
just look at it, and he's contemplating all this while looking at it.
All right, I'll get you to roll another investigation check while I go to Billy. So you kick the door. I'm not even going to get you to roll for this because the door just swings open. It's not locked.
Okay. Can I walk in?
You walk in, and immediately a man from behind the counter perks up. The first thing you notice is that he has a very large sort of gash in his throat, and there's a lot of blood down the front of his chest. He's also very pale. He hasn't seen the sunlight in a while, you know what I'm saying? And he like looks up,
Okay.
these dull sort of glowing blue eyes peering out at you, and looks around like, a customer, the first in quite a while. Please come in, come in. Sort of-
Artemis just looks right at him and shoots him. He goes, uh-oh. Shoots him. He doesn't even... Ew.
All right, fuck. All right, do an attack roll for me.
I will. Because I ain't fucking with that shit. And that.
Cool.
He's spooky. He doesn't have a throw.
The two crossbow bolts sail from your weapon and embed themselves into the undead. Stumbles back, crashing into the shelf behind him. You see, like, potions and merchandise all fly off as the shelves break. Obviously, the shelves clearly rotten or decrepit in some way. And shit just fucking goes everywhere.
Okay.
Slides down the wall with blood slowly sort of trailing behind him.
he's gonna. No, wait! I was gonna do something before you do that. He turns back to the ladies and goes, "It's safe," and then walks in.
Sure, you walk in.
And then we close the door behind him.
And now you close the door. Would I notice anything to loot?
So I'm gonna do round robin just to ensure everyone's getting something to do.
Okay.
Ro, are you gonna do anything at this point?
Veraciel is just following Navari around, basically. She's, like, on guard, you know? She's, like...
Yeah.
She's just scanning the area. So whatever Navari does, Veraciel will back her up. Like, I'll use the assist action to give her advantage on, like, you know, investigation checks and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sure.
Oh, yes. Let's go look at the blacksmith.
All right, cool. Door's closed. Fucking. I have a question. Oh, you're a high elf. Okay, so you do have dark vision. You can see in the dark. Everything around you is like this colorless grey, Lily.
Okay.
But we go to Stefan. We go to Hector. So it takes a while for you to really see what it is you're hoping to find. More information here. But you see at the base of the Angel's Sword, there are 5 grooves that have been, I wouldn't say recently laid, but they've been carved out of it at some point after when the statue was erected. You would assume that this is related to the ritual in some way. Maybe there was something here that has been removed. Maybe there is something here that needs to be put back in. It's uncertain, but this is not unheard of to have a conduit in the shape of, you know, items that you lay into a statue.
And now, so essentially, the statue has 5 runes on its sword, but they are like divots that are
Like
missing
5
the pieces that would have fit in there.
Yeah, like 5 sockets, basically.
Do they match the runes that are made on the blood in the ground?
I'm gonna say no. They don't.
Okay. For now, he's going to do nothing except sort of somewhat aimlessly walk over here and just stare at the burning house, while he contemplates whether or not he should just push down the statue and break it.
Sure, okay. So we'll make our way back to we'll go to Michelle, we'll go to Natvari.
I can't get my token to go in there. It says movement collides with at least one wall.
Yeah, there's little like fences around. If you go, yeah, move up.
Oh, I see. Yep. Okay.
So yeah, feel free to. So give me a perception check.
I'm using the assist action. Do it with advantage.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh. Give me 1 moment.
Shooter shopkeep.
You did.
I think it's so funny. I don't know why. I just picture it like, hello, and he's like, ew.
What are you buying? Bang.
Bang, bang.
Kitchen gun, bang, bang, bang. All right, so looking around, First of all, it doesn't seem like that there's anyone in here. There has been someone in here before and recently. You can see bloodied footsteps sort of making their way in and out of the door that you're standing at and heading further inside. You can also see weapons and armor and items sort of strewn around on assorted tables and benches. Most of them
went to the blacksmith or...
Yeah, most of them look pretty, generic. Like, sure, if you wanted to get a new sword, you could get a new sword, but you already have a sword, so that's all great. But there are a couple that stand out if you were to take a little bit of time looking harder.
Yeah.
Sweet. So, Billy, I'll go to you.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk around the counter to see make sure he's dead. And
Looks like I shouldn't. Oopsies.
is he dead?
You're gonna do an investigation, are you, of some sort?
Yeah. I would just like to see if he moves. He kind of kicks the man with his boot to make sure
Okay.
he doesn't twitch or something.
You kick the man with your boot, and he sort of like jerks around, like, oh, I must have fallen while I was on the
I
job.
shoot him
And he's-
again.
You shoot him again.
Boom.
All right. The shot this time, you shoot it. It gets lodged in the side of his head. He doesn't seem to care though. He just sort of like gets up again. He's like, oh, and like found it where you hit. Like grabs the bolt, sort of pulls it out, looks at it a bit, and is like, don't remember getting this one anytime recently. And he like goes to put the bolt under the counter and goes to start cleaning his desk of all the stuff that's fallen down onto it. Before looking over to you, he's like, a customer. It's been some time since I've seen any one of you around. How can I help you?
I don't even know. Artemis looks horrified at this man. Just like absolutely like what the hell? He looks at him and he goes he can't.
Well, you're failing on one of those options.
You know what? Artemis just kind of ignores him and tries to start taking stuff. Just like he's not even there.
All right. So as you go to start taking things, he sort of like reaches over and tries to grab your hand. Like, whoa! You got to pay for that, Sonny. You can't just come in here taking anything you want, whatever you want. What is this, Westmarch? No, we do proper transactions here with coin, not promises. Go, how much do you want for this? And he pulls the bolt out again and like waves it in your face. No, I think this would go very nicely with your get-up. I'll give it to you for 2 gold pieces. How does that sound?
Small smirk slides across Artemis's face and he goes, Oh, is that how you do business? And I would like to use friendship on my good friend.
Sure. We'll cut away to Hector with Stefan. So, as you're looking inside the burning building, Stefan, you notice 2 things. First of all, you notice some like movement in the fire as another undead man sort of like strolls on out. He's completely on fire, and he just doesn't seem to have noticed you. He sort of like takes a couple of steps before falling to his knees and then just collapsing as the fire eats away at his body. A couple of moments pass before there is a shiver that comes over him, and you see just behind him, in the center of a ritual circle, very similar to the one in town, a red gem pulses with energy. After its pulsing stops, the undead gets back up and continues walking around through the fire.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Quick question. Did
Mhm.
we rest between last session and this one?
I'm going to say that you could have had a short rest on the road, but no long rests, no.
Okay.
So you are a bit fatigued from your travel.
Okay, I just wanted to know whether or not I would have divine sense charges back. Okay. So
Do we have our charges back?
Hector.
No.
No.
Oh,
So
magic
Hector
arrows
looks
might be
over
back.
his shoulder
what do I do?
and sees that nobody's really around.
Mm-hmm.
Except for, I mean, he sees Natvari over by the blacksmith, but honestly, to trust a tiefling with this information about the gems that he's sort of pieced together is about the same as handing it over to the undead that he just saw in the fire.
Exactly.
So,
Flaming cliff over here. Flaming cliff.
Flaming cliff.
so Hector is going to walk into the building,
Mm-hmm.
and should nothing impede his path, he is going to try to reach out and grab the gem.
Cool. So two things will happen. First, can you give me a con save?
Let's see. Now, how would you make it a saving throw on this?
If you just
Or just
click it,
roll
you can
con.
roll it as a save. So when you actually go to it, you should have the option to roll as a save.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but imagine
That's-
trusting a tiefling. Couldn't
Yeah,
be
that's-
me.
That's the smart thing. Alright, our party doesn't do that. We don't deal in that.
Cool. See, you take 3 just fire damage from your proximity to the heat. But you do manage to grab the gem unimpeded. That is up until you grab the gem and pick it up. That's when you hear a horrifying, like, shrieking yell from within the fire. And the old Flaming Cliff, the Flaming Ghoul, runs at you, not particularly happy that you have picked this gem up. You'll have time to react before he gets to you, but that is what is happening. And of course, everyone hears this blood-curdling shriek from the other side of town.
And don't worry about it. They're just fucking around. You know how they are.
All right. So can I hit it? Can combat start with this thing, or?
Yeah, I'm going to give you a free attack or a free action as to what you do in response first. So,
Okay.
Flaming
first
Ghoul
thing he's gonna
charging out of
do.
the fire. Yep.
And I'm not sure how this exactly works, so I'm just gonna hit the roll button. But I'm gonna use
Yeah, sure.
Hunter's Mark,
Okay.
and what that'll do is give me a bonus to damage if I hit it, and this is a bonus action.
Yep, sure.
So. Did that go through? Okay.
Yep, so
And
you don't have to
then-
roll anything for it, it's just that just happens, and that you will use a spell slot.
And then what he's gonna do is just swing his longsword. So he's gonna try to kill this ghoul.
Sure, okay, give me an attack roll. Yep, roll damage.
And then does that already include my Did that include my dual wielding thing?
Make another attack for attacking with 2 weapons. Actually,
You need your bonus-
is it? You need your bonus action, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Hunter's Mark's already being used for that.
Oh,
that's-
okay. So dual wielding attack is a bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
But like against like a big enemy, you know, like Hunter's Mark 1 round, and then like if you're going to go into the next round, it just ramps up your damage because you're getting double bonus from Hunter's Mark.
Yes. Roll a d6 as well. Add that to the damage. So your sword. Tell me how you swipe it at the undead. What do you do? Paint us a
Well,
word picture.
it's really basic. It's not that ceremonious. It's not that theatrical. It's as he draws the sword from his hip that he slashes out with a backhand horizontal strike and just goes to behead the ghoul.
Sure. Slice at it. The blade doesn't quite land true and decapitate the undead, but it cuts deep. You also notice something. It doesn't regenerate at all like it had before when it fell. In fact, if anything, as it's getting closer to you, it just stumbles. It's trying to lash out at you, but it does not have very much power. So it will make a action of its own. Does a 6 hit? I'm assuming not.
No.
Cool. The ghoul jumps onto you. It tries to bite at your neck, trying desperately to chew through your heavy metal armor, but that's not happening anytime soon. It's completely helpless. Tell me how you finish it.
So Hector is actually going to calmly sheath his sword, sort of pick up. He's going to grab the ghoul, just palm the back of its skull, squeeze, and then just sort of throw it off into the fire.
Brilliant. And that's exactly what happens. The ghoul lets out another shriek as it flies further into the fire. You hear a crash. Oh, I've got you selected as well. Let's not drag you. A crash as it goes flying back, and does not get back up.
And then, without looking back, Hector exits the building.
Yeah, boy! Alright. So, we pan to Natvari and Virasiel. We'll go back in time about 10 seconds, or 5 seconds or so, just to when you hear the first screeching howl from the burning building. What is your immediate reaction? What are you doing? Yep. So what do you do after that? What happens next?
Yeah,
So looking closer?
Varasiel, not hearing any yells for help or anything, is still just like rifling through these weapons. She just picks up like this big double-bitted axe and just sort of like just gives it like a test swing.
Sure. I'm going to get you to roll investigation for me, Natvari. You, Vera, you pick up the axe and you give it a bit of a test swing. It's a pretty cool axe. You feel something though. You feel like this weapon is... There is an enchantment here, and if you were to dedicate a little bit of time, a little bit of energy to reaching out into the axe, you could very well land yourself with some sort of enchanted weapon. I'm going to tweak attunement rolls a little bit, so you can attune to a weapon instantly or an item instantly, rather than having to meditate for like an hour, or whatever the fuck it is. But
Yeah,
in order
short
to
rest.
break an attunement, that takes a bit of time. So if you
Okay,
want
sure.
to attune to this weapon, whatever it is, you can. Of course, it's not identified yet, so maybe it's a risk. But if you're willing to take that risk,
No, Varasiel is gonna like, find like a bit of like leather or something to make like a loop for it and like sling it over her shoulder, like carry it over her back.
Mhm.
But she's not going to attune to it right away.
Cool, sure. With an 11, you spot something. You do, yes. Something, a little cool something, a little something that's sticking out. You see a hammer. That's well and good, but the hammer is levitating off the air. Just like, you see where this corpse is, just in front of you? Yeah, just in front of it. It's like leaning down, like slumped forward. There's a hammer under its chin, just levitating there, having a great time, holding its chin up. You notice that there's a small button at the base of the hand, the handle of the hammer. Other than that, it's a pretty standard smithing hammer. Pretty cool. It does not move. You press the button. The hammer falls to the ground, and so does the body. All right. Cool. You found yourself a cool hammer. You can call it Cool Hammer. I will give you your items in a bit. Billy.
Yeah.
So you cast Friends.
I would like to.
Cool. The undead's eyes soften, and he's like, it's been too long since I've seen you last. Sonny, what can I do for you? How can I be of service? As an over-the-top ornate bow.
Is there a bucket anywhere around? Bucket?
You don't immediately see one, but there is a lot of the building you've yet to look around in.
Okay. Artemis wraps his arm around the spooky man and then kind of he's like, yeah, and then withdraws it because he's like, ew, he's gross, and dead. And so he points out at the door and he goes, I think you should check across the street for me real quick. But I think the house is on fire.
What?
He's like, yeah. Could you check?
Can you roll a perception roll a persuasion roll for me, please?
I will love to.
You can do it with advantage because you've got friends up.
You do. Let me. Cool. The undead's eyes glance over, looking through the door which has been kicked open. He's like, oh, that's right. You close it. Looking through the window of the closed door, then, who did that? Who did that? And he starts shambling off, heading outside. He gets over there, opens the door, and comes on out and starts yelling, somebody! You need to put the fire out! You need to put it out! Making a massive fucking racket as he's just limping off towards the fire.
So at this point, Artemis is very proud and decides to close the door and then take the table. Are these tables?
Those are tables, yeah.
And push them against the door.
Sure, okay.
So now the door is blocked.
Alright, door's blocked.
Then go back behind the counter and start looting.
Pilfering? Sure.
Pilfering.
Give me an investigation roll.
Okay.
And a perception roll.
Is that still with advantage because friendship is up or no?
No.
No.
Cool. So, you don't find much of value. A lot of the potions that are on the table have fallen to the ground and broken. So there is now a cool sort of rave party of different magical potions happening on the ground beneath you, which has also ruined the nice rug that was there. But you can scrap together about 8 gold pieces worth of assorted junk items to sell. Nothing too interesting.
Are my bolts still there?
Yeah, your bolt. Well, 2 of the bolts are still in him, but the 3rd bolt is under the counter.
Okay. I'd like to take the 3rd bolt and the junk.
Sweet.
And then can I go look around some more?
Sure. Keep on looking around.
Okay. Let's see what we got. Ooh.
So it's a pretty it's just a house sort of thing. It's a general store house mixture. So of course there's items and whatnot, just tinder boxes, rope, some iron ingots that are probably meant for the blacksmith. There's some food, water.
So I'm just rifling,
Just
full on looter, full on digging through everything I can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so, do you want me to keep rolling?
No. I'm gonna say you. So, are you specifically looking just in this bedroom area, or are you looking at a particular room?
In the bedroom right now.
Okay.
Oh, and checking also to make sure there's no entrances. Because is this a real door? I can't tell. Is this actually a door?
That's meant to be a mirror, not a mirror, a large window, but I put the wrong thing down. See, it's a window.
Okay.
So you can see what's happening outside. You can see on there's like a shaving, like a razor, there's a mirror, there's a hairbrush, there's some other sort of bedroom things. It's like a fancy little ring that's on the.
I take that.
Yep, take the ring. Cool. There's a backpack that seems to just be full of like hiking supplies, like a little like tent, water skins, that sort of stuff.
Take it.
It's just you try. Okay.
We are
So come on,
taking.
you do have a limit to how much you like. There is a weight limit.
Oh,
so-
that's fine.
okay.
Because
Sure.
when Mr. Man comes back, we're selling. Shop is
Oh my
open.
Okay. So, do you head into the storeroom or into the kitchen?
Storeroom for sure.
Okay. There's just a whole like there are racks upon racks of chests here.
Once again, rewarded for stealing.
And they're not locked. They're just there for storage. They don't contain anything particularly exciting. Like again, standard sorts of things that a town needs to keep itself going. Horseshoes, probably bought from the blacksmith. Tinder boxes, firewood. Nothing super cool.
Lame. All right, so we leave the lame fucking storeroom. Not even like a gold chest. Nothing.
And you come into the kitchen. There's food. There's also a red gem on the ground, surrounded by blood, and a little pentagram ritual seems to be underneath it.
Yeah, Artemis doesn't care about that. What's in the kitchen though? I'm just kidding. He kind of looks at the gem, but kind of like, is this a door?
No, it's a window.
God. Okay. He hesitantly reaches out to take. Can I see if it's like trapped or anything, or if like something would happen to me if I go
give me
there?
another perception check if you want to check for traps.
Okay.
There does not seem to be any traps that you can notice of any kind. This is just a house.
Okay. Well, you never know. Okay, he decides to pick up the gem.
Cool. Stefan, we go to you.
All right, so Hector walks back over to the statue.
As you're walking over, you see an undead shambling up. You're like, the house is on fire! Someone must put this out before it burns down the whole town!
He immediately runs over to the undead to try to kill it.
Cool. As you get right there, Billy picks up the gem. Pulse of red light, sort of like...
No, I picked it up.
Yeah, he picked it up. A pulse of red light comes from the gem. And the undead's its eyes like just go dark. And it's at a shriek. And it turns its back right as Stefan gets within range. As it's going to try and claw its way back to the door. What do you
Nope,
do?
not a chance.
All right.
I was smart.
And,
Yeah,
he doesn't even go for the decapitation. So what he does, right? So this attack that he's going to try to do, and I guess should I roll first?
Give me an attack roll if you want.
So this will be a dual wield attack.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see. And then should I just roll again? Is that how that'll work?
Yeah. You should be able to click for damage on there, I think.
Okay. You want me to roll the damage too?
Yep, those both hit. Okay, yeah. Tell us what the fuck happens with this meat man walking.
Okay, so what happens is, so he draws both swords. Hector first stabs forward with his right hand, piercing the undead right through its midsection. Then he lifts it up in the air and sort of flings it down onto the ground, like a gnat. He steps on the wound that he had just created, and then cuts off its head with his other sword.
All right. It is gone, Boyga. Between the bolts that Billy had embedded in it and the gaping hole in its head and your attack there, it is not doing shit.
Like he's alive still?
Nah, he did. He dead, boy.
Look at that friendship. Once again, came in.
Natvari and Veraciel.
Veraciel is going to walk deeper into the blacksmith into the next room.
Sure. Yeah, it just
Oh,
stays
okay.
there.
All right, well, for Hasiel's... Oh, nice. All right. Yeah, Veraciel just kind of looks at this hammer and is like, okay, that is pretty cool. All right, and okay, stand back. I'm going to try something. Well, I'm not going to break the hammer. I'm just going to see how much, how much it can take, And let me have a look what I have in my inventory here.
Oh no. Yep,
All right.
it supports your weight.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, that is pretty good. Okay, stand back. And she, from her pack, she pulls out a crowbar and she's just gonna fucking baseball swing at the hammer floating in the air.
Give me just a strength check.
No,
Alright.
she breaks the hammer.
Oh,
You fucking smack this thing as hard as you can. It does not budge 1 inch.
okay, that's pretty cool. You hang on to that. Don't tell Hector about it though. He'll probably think it is some kind of heresy.
Yeah, it just falls into your hand.
That is going to come in handy, I can tell already.
I'm ready for us to hang
One
on the
second.
cliff on all of us just hanging on the hammer.
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh, what? They got the cool
Yeah.
item, and I got a gem and a ring.
All right. So Veraciel
That's your
is
weight.
kind of like still nodding, like, yeah, she's gonna head into the next room of the blacksmith.
Bash,
Cool.
you got a boat.
Yeah, you got to hang on, Bash. You got a fucking coat that spawns mystery objects.
I need more.
You can get more by spawning mystery objects.
Patches everywhere.
So as you walk further into the blacksmith, you see another sort of decrepit corpse nestled in the corner of the room. You see a broken bed. Bits and pieces are just scattered all across the room. It's a pretty Spartan sort of environment. Nothing fancy, despite the fact the blacksmith probably makes quite a bit of money off of assorted townsfolk and adventurers, especially if he's making magical items. The thing that sticks out the most, other than the keg of alcohol of some sort that has not been opened in the corner, is, much like everyone else has been finding, a little ritual circle with a glowing red gem hanging out in the middle.
Yeah, you can tell. Okay. Look, just before we continue, do we want to, like, hang on to this and, like, Veraciel walks over to the cask of alcohol and, like, gives it a kick? Or do we want to destroy it before the old man finds it? Okay, I will hold on to this then. And she's just gonna pick up the whole keg. I'll find something to do with it. Okay, look, watch. And she's gonna get the rope out of her pack and, like, just gonna rig up, like a carrying handle, and it's gonna go over her shoulder with the axe. Yeah, I know, it'll be good. We can tell him what to do, It's, like, picks it up and is like, yeah, it's got some kind of power in it. I don't know what it is yet, so I don't want to, I don't want to throw myself into it or anything, but, I'm going to take some time and see what it does and, see if I like it. Yeah. Yeah, there's a gem. You come have a look at it, but don't touch it. It looks weird. I don't like it.
Not immediately. If you want to roll Arcana or Investigation or whatever stat you think is appropriate, you may. Yes, that is. Cool. Much like the name Indariel, this particular imagery invokes a memory from a forgotten dream. but it's a little bit stronger. This is a binding ritual, not a summoning ritual, a binding ritual. You recognize it from the tormented souls trapped in hell. It's used to ensure they can never leave the particular area. If their bodies were to fall, it would rejuvenate them. If their souls were to escape, they would be housed in a new meat suit. And often, these gems are conduits through which the energies are kept. If they can all be brought back to their source and then their source destroyed, it is a way to undo the spell holding everything together.
Magic is, you got all the magic, I got all the strength. Don't worry about it. But I will take your word for it. You are the one who would know. Should we take the gem? Okay. Yeah, that will do the trick. But careful you do
Cool.
not get blood on it. That is a nice cloak.
Can I get you, as you get closer, can you do a perception roll for me, please? Yep, just a quick perception roll. Okay. Can you do a perception roll as well for me, please, Ro, on Vero? Horacio.
Certainly. Let me find... Oh, there we go.
All right. So as Natvari gets closer, you hear something. Your enhanced barbarian senses. You hear very strong, weighty footsteps emanating from the other side of the wall, as something is following along outside the building.
Wait, like following us as we step?
Yep.
Okay, I grab Natvari by the shoulder, and before you scoop the gem, and Veraciel just looks at her and just raises her finger to her lips. And
Silence.
all right, she treads back like a step.
There's still silence.
So we don't hear anyone moving on the other side of the wall?
No, whatever was there has stopped.
What is the wall made of?
Stone and wood.
Okay.
Time for me to fuck it up.
All right. She's gonna look at Veraciel and it's gonna be like, what is your most powerful spell? Okay. Let me just check my spell list on dndbeyond.com.
And I'll swap to Stefan and Bash just after that.
So
No, I have an idea.
Cool. Well, I will hop to Stefan since he has had a little bit. So.
okay. So Hector, after this undead has been successfully eradicated, he looks around and sees that his allies are not within sight, and he doesn't really seem to care.
All right,
So
good.
he goes back to the statue, and he tries to inlay the gem within the appropriate socket.
Cool. So it takes a little bit to find which one it fits perfectly into, but you do find
No, he's
one.
very intelligent. He finds it immediately.
Oh, okay. Oh, big boy.
Oh my God.
So
I'm kidding. Please continue.
yeah, you do find the appropriate slot and you slip it in, and as that happens, one of the runes beneath you lights up.
Let's see. So what would happen, right? So what would be going through his head right now? Hector looks at the rune in the sword and then looks down at the glowing rune in the circle,
Mhm.
and he becomes uneasy and uncertain.
Okay.
Because he's unsure if what he's doing right now is completing a ritual that was perhaps halted. Or if this was truly the way to cleanse the damnation that had come to this place. So, what he would like to do is sort of meditate on this and be, sort of
Get some
think it
divine
through.
counsel. All right.
Yeah, he would seek divine counsel, not through trying to communicate directly with his patron deity, but to sort of think back on what he learned in the church. See if this is something that is nefarious or benevolent.
Okay, so with the church, with Hector's history, where did you say that he came from again? Was he from Westmarch? Did he come across the sea?
Heaven.
Okay. So he was sent. How much of his memories of heaven does he maintain?
Let me see where they come from. I don't know where Asimar come from.
It could also, I think it also just we haven't really hashed it out very much yet.
Yeah,
so if
they
you want me
haven't.
to,
And it said they were nomadic.
okay.
So I'll say, for the sake
something
of
up.
me not knowing much about the D&D universe, I'm going to say that he doesn't really remember where he came from, because he has been on this sort of fervent, zealous crusade for so long that he doesn't remember much other than his purpose and the teachings of his religion.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay. So, you are aware of the teachings of Akarat, a mortal that basically brought the favors and powers of heaven to mankind. Akarat did not follow heaven's teachings to the letter, rather he adopted them in a way that would actually benefit the people of the world. So still a servant of heaven, but very distinctly man's spin on being a servant of heaven. Akarat's teachings would say that in order to truly cleanse a horrific demonic ritual, sometimes you need to trip the trap in order to slay whatever is in the trap. Otherwise, it's simply going to be there for all time. So potentially, completing the ritual and slaying whatever is waiting on the other side would be the right thing to do.
Okay. So he looks down at the rune.
Mm-hmm.
He remembers this. And, the doubt that was in his mind is, should I destroy this circle that has been drawn here, or should I leave it? And he decides to leave it, and then he walks off back towards this building that he assumes the undead has come from.
Cool.
And he
Billy-
sort of stops just outside the door.
Yeah, you see there's two tables that have been pushed in front of the door. Billy, what are you doing?
Now that I got my new shiny gem, I would like to loot this kitchen. I would like to loot.
There is food. It's not a
That's it?
particularly flash kitchen. No, it's just there's
Not even a knife? A nice chef's knife?
there is a chef's knife, arguable as whether or not it's nice. This was, again, despite this being supposedly the capital of Khanduras, it's pretty accurately representing what Khanduras was. A decrepit
Poor shithole. Alright, let's get
shithole,
out of
yeah.
here. Can I break the window and come out through the window?
Just want to combat dive through the window.
No, just literally you know what?
Yeah, sure.
They got a watermelon. I want to throw a watermelon through the window.
Yeah, there's an eggplant. I'll throw an eggplant through the
Good
window.
enough. I throw
There's
the
a
eggplant
pan.
through the window.
Alright. Stefan, as you go to the door, you hear a loud crash. This window down here.
And Artemis kind of wobbles on out, and he he waves over to Hector like, I got it. Yeah, and he's holding up the gem, victorious. He won. And then he oh no. Okay.
Hector like he quietly gasps to himself, and in his head he's just like, oh fuck, and he runs up to Artemis. It's like, old man, hand me that gem. I found its purpose.
Artemis kind of folds his arms and he looks over to Hector and he goes, What are you gonna give me for it?
I thought you would never ask. So, Hector has a block of incense that he pulls out of his bag, which was part of his priest's kit. And he holds it out to Artemis. And he says, my dear friend, I was saving this for a special occasion, but this small block contains the very essence of the heavens themselves.
Artemis kind of contorts his face and he looks like annoyed and he's like, what am I gonna do with that?
My friend, do you not know the value of this item? Look, cast your eyes to the skies above and tell me what you see.
Artemis looks up. What do I see then?
See some relatively dark, like storm clouds hanging up above you. You see some water land in your eyes from the soft rain that's coming down. You
No
see the
stars?
nighttime. That's rain. It's raining.
Okay.
It's been raining the whole time.
So
Very
Artemis
faint rain.
just kind of turns his head down and he goes, I see rain clouds.
Although,
Do you know
Stefan?
what lies beyond the clouds, old man?
Stefan, can you please roll a d20 for me?
Yeah.
So, as you ask what lies beyond the clouds, in the distance you see a patch in the clouds soften and the moon shines through. I see that eye roll, illuminating the courtyard with its light.
Oh my god, how romantic.
Wait, he's not done. He's not done.
Oh, okay, you go.
What lies beyond the cloud? The lights in the sky are the heavens above, and this is but a piece of them. Do you understand how much this small piece of those heavens would be worth at market?
Artemis kind of just blinks at him in this whole now display of almost godliness, and he looks almost moved. He looks at Hector, and he goes, I don't give a shit, and walks off.
Wait!
He stops and turns around and goes,
Perhaps he walks back up and he places a hand on the old man's shoulder. And he says, perhaps I was not clear. This could go for as much as 100 gold pieces. And I would like to roll persuasion.
Oh god. Okay. Alright.
All right.
Okay.
Ash, do you think that Artemis is persuaded? I'm going to let you take the
absolute-
role into account, and you can, like, it's your character, so you can decide if that's going to be a decision or not.
I could.
Yeah, if you want to roll off, sure. I'm keen for you to do whatever
What is
you
it?
feel like.
Persuasion? Is it?
Yeah, do insight.
Okay. He is not at all persuaded. In
Maybe
fact,
he overshot it a little bit. 100 gold pieces is a little too ridiculous.
in fact, he is now looking at this what is it, incense in a block,
Yes.
and decides maybe this is time for friendship part 2. And goes to do just that to his good friend Hector.
All right. So before that disaster kicks off, we snap back to Vera and Natvari.
All right.
You're
Here's
hearing
my
a spell, I
question for
believe.
you, Anton.
Sure.
Now, normally the rules say you don't get like double advantage, like advantage doesn't stack.
Mhm.
But if I were to, in this instance, be able to get 2 instances of advantage on a strength check, would it make it any easier for me to punch my way through this fucking stone wall?
I'm going to say, if you want to roll for it with advantage right now, go for it. It's something which is going to be happening at the same time.
Okay. So Veracia looks at Navari and just nods and is like, "Okay, cast it on me, please." No, just cast. All right. And then Veracia rages, and you know, as her like body like swells under her skin, which like stretches and like tears unnaturally, unpleasantly. She just
Mhm.
steps up to the wall where she heard the sound like of stepping on the other side, and she just fucking punches it. Like she's just trying to go right through it.
All right, make me a strength check.
Okay, and that's with advantage. So how do I do that a second time?
There should be like a little plus, or you can just do it again.
There we go.
Cool. So, as you punch through the wall just tumbles down. But you notice that as you punched forward, something else punched in as well.
Okay.
Your do a strength saving throw for me, actually.
I think I'm okay.
Yeah. So as you punch through and the wall tumbles down, and you notice that there is something on the other side doing something very similar, you feel as a clammy hand goes to wrap itself around your wrist. But you're quick enough and strong enough to avoid that if you so choose. Do you?
I grab it back.
You grab it back? Cool.
Yep.
As you grab it back, can you do a strength check again? All right. So as you grab it back, you have control over pulling whoever this is, if you so choose.
Can I throw him?
Yes, you can. I'm going to get you to do another strength throw. Strength check.
17.
Cool. Describe how you throw this mystery person.
Veraciel yanks him through the wall and just fucking hurls him at this door down here. Like,
Cool.
Hopefully just blasting him right through.
And that is exactly what happened. The door, well, it's meant to be a window, but I put the wrong thing in, so that's fine. The portal slams and crashes open as a large, very large, broad man comes sailing, rolls a little bit before slowly pushing himself to his feet. There's glass in his back, and there's a dull, just gaze on his face as he sort of looks up at you.
Veraciel
puts
just
on-
like walks through the room and just casually steps through the fucking ruined like window / door / whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't even pay him any attention. She just like looks around and is like, "Hector, I bought you a gift."
And Hector looks up and sees that, and he takes a step forward away from Artemis and pulls out his javelin. And
Brilliant.
he calls out, "Stand aside!" And then he would give
We're not doing initiative. No,
Yes.
it's still free moving.
Yeah, so basically his call out is essentially to warn Veraciel that he is about to throw this javelin at the thing.
Yeah.
And not to be collateral
Directly
damage.
behind it, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so
So
tell me-
he
Oh, sorry.
Oh wait, did I? Oh, never mind. I didn't choose a javelin.
Right-row.
He throws his sword.
Okay.
All right. Well, before we do that, I just want to know what this thing is and what it's doing.
So, as you sort of walk towards it, you see a man. It's about 7 foot tall, like grey, sort of decrepit skin clings to just a bulk of muscle. It's got a very simple sort of red pigskin coat, got sort of like scorched black marks over his hands, and a dull, like stupid, just smile on his face. And looks you dead in the eyes and like, I believe you're coming to the wrong town there, lass. He sort of smiles and goes to slowly take a couple more steps towards you, completely ignoring everything else.
Do not speak to this infernal beast. And then he throws his sword.
All right, do a ranged.
I just want to say,
Whack
while
back?
Hector's doing all that, Artemis does not friendship. He was about to, and I'm just gonna have him scoot away.
Hector's just like, don't talk to my demon GF.
So that hits. Roll for damage. So as the sword flies through, it just impales the man through his back, through his rib, and the point like sticks right out the other side. And he just does not care. He keeps on walking forward. In fact, in terms of sort of a little bit of registration, he does glance behind him and offers a small sort of smirk before going to throw a uppercut at Vera.
All right, bring it on.
I would like to move forward with the rest of whatever that turn is.
Sure. Oh my god.
Well, he misses.
He does. So describe what you do to
Have some
avoid the
damage.
attack.
As he swings his clumsy uppercut,
Mm-hmm.
like, fucking Vera just like steps back, it's like whoosh, like just goes past her head like easily, and then she just
Cool.
like hisses at him and is like, "It's the last mistake you'll ever make," and she's gonna go in for a counterattack.
Sure. Just as a note, as that happens, he does actually move. He will move sort of past through you, or past where you were, and through the wall here, sort of slamming it down and causing more of the building to crumble and collapse.
Oh, hang on, is he passing through my space?
Yeah.
Oh, Vera's gonna body block him. She's not gonna let him through.
Okay. In that case, yeah, he'll give me a strength check.
Oh fuck.
All right, you go for a ride. Let's go. He brings you with him as he sort of like starts to laugh,
All right.
and you'll
Vera
I'll just
starts
move you.
fucking. I'm using my form of the beast with the claws, and Vera's just gonna start fucking slashing.
Sweet. I'll get you to do an attack roll, and while you're rolling, I'll move to other people as well.
Okay.
Billy.
Vera gets to make 2 attacks with her claws.
Yep, make both the attacks.
If I can figure out. Oh, there we go.
All right. So as the claws rake against his flesh, you see that they dig in, tearing him apart. But as they tear in, it's sort of like you're tearing through putty. The flesh just reforms right afterwards as they move through, and he just sort of lets out a laugh. His second attack, or in this case your first one, catches that with his hand and just sort of holds the wrist and is like, "As I said, girl. You shouldn't have come to my shop like that."
All right.
Um,
Who else is doing what?
Yeah, that brings us to people who haven't acted. I'm going to go to Vash and Michelle.
So
What are you up to?
I assume I would notice the glowing rune, correct?
Yes, you see the glowing rune on the ground. You see the glowing stone embedded in the sword.
Can I take the stone?
Out of the sword.
Yep.
You try, but it seems like it's secured by some sort of magical means.
Lame. Let me just fuck up the ritual.
By ritual.
So I guess Artemis kind of peers past. He's like, "What's going on over there?" And as they're having the good time, he's gonna kind of scoot on around, let his friends have some fun,
Sure.
and I'm gonna walk on into town. Can I walk right past them? Just move.
Wow.
Yeah,
that'll
you
be fun.
can. I'm not going to. As your action will be
a
to move
garden.
further. That's a garden, yeah. Your action will be to move further into town, so I won't. We'll get you to a point and then move to someone else.
Okay, tell me when to stop.
Yeah, just stop there.
Okay.
Actually, stop a little bit further.
Okay.
There you. Right. There you go. You can stop there.
Ooh.
Cool.
Just bye.
It's
Walks
fun.
on by them.
Yeah, Stefan and Michelle. Michelle. Okay.
Michelle's there.
Sure. It was a 7. Yeah, so it does 3d6 or half on a failed save. So yeah. Cool. Yes,
And
it is.
Hector.
So,
No, just kidding.
and heck. Let me just. Drop that there. Cool. So the fire bursts out and lights the interior of the blacksmith's living quarters, well, on fire. The man himself, we're just going to refer to as Griswold for simplicity's sake. Griswold, much like before, catches fire. The flames are eating away at his flesh, but a close eye does see that whenever something bubbles or cracks or any damage is done to him, it just knits itself back. And as he's standing there with one hand held across against Vera's wrist, slowly looks over to you with that big smile. It's like, "Oh, you're not gonna. I don't appreciate you ruining my house even more than it already is." He's going to try and throw Vera into you. That's a sort of improvised weapon attack. If you wanted to make a strength save to not get thrown, feel free. Or if there's any other save you think would be appropriate.
I'll make a strength check. I mean, obviously, I'm still raging and stuff, so it's going to be difficult for him to throw me. Oh, well,
It sure is. So he'll try to sort of make the throw, but Vera is not going anywhere. So he just sort of like looks to you, then looks to Vera, looks to you, sort of puts on an apologetic smile. It's like, "I'll get to you in a moment there, girlie." And then goes to jab Vera in the face.
all right. Make an attack roll. Let's see what we do. That definitely hits. Holy fuck. All right, well, I only take 9 points of that damage, but still,
All right.
Jesus.
You get hit, and that also knocks you back 5 feet. Let's move you back. I also need you to make a con save.
Okay.
Cool. Your con save succeeds. As you get punched, you feel a cold sort of dread sensation just spark through you, running from where the jab hit, coursing over your entire body. Sort of hits the edge of your body before rolling back to the point of impact and feeling like it's sort of ejected from your body. Don't know what that was specifically, but there is some sort of curse attached to this person.
Oh, okay. Vera is gonna like draw the axe she just got, like, but not advance. She's just gonna be like, okay, he's not dying. Something is keeping him alive. Hector.
Hector, we go to you.
So this this thing that I'm approaching, is this a window or a door?
It's a window. Well, right now it's a hole in the side of the building.
Okay, and he could walk through it?
Yes.
So Hector's gonna walk through this space. Oh, it's on fire.
Yes, but it's been lined with wood on the inside.
So it would damage him to walk through this?
Only if you like stayed there for a length of time, I'd say. So,
Okay.
so with before, since you were sort of standing in the fire to like reach out and grab the crystal, you know. It was
So
the
in
prison.
sort of a, it's like, this is like an Arnold approach, right?
Yeah.
He sort of just walks up behind the rest of them and just casually strolls through the flame. And so what he does is he draws his second sword, but he doesn't swing it yet. First, he reaches for the first one and sort of like wiggles it as he goes to dislodge it from the undead.
Mm-hmm.
And then he swings with both of his swords at the same time at that spot in the creature's ribs where he created that weak point to see if he can just straight up cut this thing in half.
Sure. Give me an attack roll. Ooh.
A 22 is pretty good though.
So one of the sword sets, right?
Yep. So I'm going to say that. Yeah, there's someone knocking around outside. One sec.
Nice.
I'll be right back.
Suspicious. Suspicious.
Actually, should I be getting...
Okay. Alright, well, I'll deal with that on. I think I go after
See, look at these rebel
after Hector,
actors.
so I will deal with that next.
Just be. You call me chaos incarnate. Look at you. Look at y'all. I'm sneaking around the village collecting.
Yeah, you're being useless.
What
not
do you
helping the
mean?
party.
I got a ring. I got a ring. I got a backpack.
The real Chads are in here fighting the zombie. Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
This just DMs me and goes, "What did you do?" And I said all sorts of chaos and all that. I'll come help you in a second. Although I can see some things around this corner, and I'm kind of scared, bro.
Well, if only you had, 3 friends to come help you instead of, like,
don't
leaving
need
them alone to
friends.
fight
I
the
have
boss
friends.
alone.
I have the ability, friends. Everybody's my friend. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
that ability now has worked twice for me. Everybody said, don't pick that ability. It's so stupid. Two
It's not.
times now.
You're gonna fight a monster. It's because it doesn't work. It only works against people. It doesn't work against monsters.
That's fine. I have the vanishing arrow for monsters.
Fair enough.
I built a whole kit around. I don't want to fight anything. Yeah, I'm looking around the corner, and this person does not look nice. Cantrip?
It's a cantrip.
What do you mean? I could use it unlimited times. They said I could pick it. And May was like, I don't know, it's not the best. I think it's worked out for me. Stefan killed enemy number 1. I got a coat. I'm on high right now. Ugh. I'm an old man. I'm already tired.
I'll be right back a second myself.
Okay. I will also run to the bathroom real quick. So give me a second.
All right, I'm back. Hello. What? Yes. Oh. He's going to get one whole taco. Oh, very cool. Brilliant. Because this technically isn't a combat event. Because
All right.
you tell me.
All right. So when it is her turn, Vraciel is gonna shift towards the crystal and like look at Nephari and just like, what do I do? Do I destroy it? All right. Yeah. Vraciel literally just like scoops it up barehanded and like hurls it at Nephari.
No, you can just catch it. Again, there aren't any turns at the moment, so. Cool. That looks all good because since Stefan has lodged a longsword in his back and is trying to bisect the man, he's a little distracted. Um, in terms of how well it's going, it feels like as you're moving the swords, like the flesh is sort of sucking them back in, actively clamping down on the blades to try and stop them from going where you want them to go. And he sort of just laughs as he turns around, leading to. Actually,
Yes.
I saw him roll. It's like, ooh,
No, sorry. I was like, so I was trying to figure it out on my character sheet because like the longsword, it says 1d8 slashing plus 2s, and then it gets cut off. So I wasn't sure if it was supposed to have plus 2 on it, but I wasn't sure how to even roll it to do that.
oh. Oh, so that's because it's versatile. So if you want, you can wield a longsword in one hand, or if you want to wield it in two hands, it gains a bonus of damage.
Okay. No, that makes sense. All right. Question answered.
Yeah. As you
Nope. He didn't even tell Artemis. He was just like, I know what this is for. Give it to me.
you you would recognize coming to a similar deduction as Hector, based on the fact that you recognize this particular like ritual at the crystal level, you recognize the little thing that was around it, and you already recognize the runes on the ground because they are in an infernal script of some sort. An old script, a powerful script, not the sort of thing you write to your grandparents with, But this is a binding ritual. These souls are bound here, and until the ritual is dispelled, they will keep on keeping on. Yes.
Also, just as a detail, while she's doing that, Veraciel is just gonna like, while Hector has this guy pinned, Veraciel is just gonna take the new axe she sensed magic in, and she's just fucking swinging it at his neck.
Cool. Do you want to do an attack roll for that?
I don't have an axe item in my inventory, so I'll just use my greatsword if that works for you.
Just use your greatsword. Yeah, that's fine.
That doesn't work for me, though. Just kidding. Oh.
That's like +2 from my rage, so 11 damage.
Mm-hmm. So, similar to Stefan, as the axe comes down and bites into the flesh sort of like bubbles and moves. More like the, is it the T1000? No, what's the one from Terminator 2, the Liquid Terminator?
I think that's T1000, isn't it?
Is it the T1000? Okay. What's like that? It sort of like bubbles
Yes,
and
the
moves
T1000.
and sort of like grips onto the axe. It's like,
Oh, no.
I thought you would have learnt your lesson by now, lass. He sort of like grins at her and then looks to Hector. And you, slave of heaven, here as well, ready to die like the rest of the foolish sheep here. He sort of like leans forward into the swords that are... At this point, he's turned to face you. The swords that were in his back have just sort of like moved through him like liquid. And he is peering down at you, very unfazed by the weapon sticking out of him like the acupuncture fucking lock he is. Yeah, what do you two do?
Stefan there.
Yeah, is it my turn again?
Yeah, just as a detail, like, Veraciel just looks at Hector and is like, do something divine, do something heavenly.
No.
No, you're good.
So, well, Ikari is wrong.
Maybe Yukari's muted.
Oh, no.
So every time I've spoken this game, no one's heard me. Super cool.
Oh, well, thank you, Kari, the catch.
That is real unfortunate. Oh well.
Well, I'm sure with context clues, people can fill in the blanks.
Sob. Why couldn't you be here? I'm unmuted just in time for my alarm to go off.
Alright, so Hector needs no further persuasion to invoke his holy might. So he grabs the sword that is still in the undead's body that's piercing him, and he sort of he manifests this power, and he uses the sword as something of a medium to send a sacred flame into the monster.
Cool. So, blade go in, flame come out. There is a burst of heavenly light that sort of like... You can see it like through the teeth and the eyes of the undead monstrosity, and through the assorted wounds that are sort of in a perpetual state of bubbling over. Sort of like you can smell the horrible stench of cooking flesh mixed with the burning wood around you as he stumbles back. And then a hand comes up, grabs at the hilt of your sword, trying to trap your hand there. give you a chance to move out of the way. And yeah,
Oh, okay.
He does not yield.
Okay.
Cool.
And what he does, he challenges the undead itself, and he grabs at the scruff of its neck.
And kisses
cool.
him.
Okay,
And
Wow.
can I take another action?
I'll let Ro do his thing first.
Okay.
I was just gonna say when he's grabbed, like, because Hector doesn't let go, what Vera is gonna do instead, she's just gonna fucking swing it at his arm with her axe.
Sure. Do an attack.
Look at these brutes.
It's 12 because of my rage.
Cool. So you notice something. As you swing down, the blade hits the side of his arm, cuts into his shoulder, digs into the bone. The arm sort of like hangs down, and then you see like tendrils of flesh and skin and other fleshy objects latch out, grab each other, and sort of like pull the arm back up around your axe.
Alright, so I've definitely seen this episode of Star Wars The Clone Wars.
Yep.
They didn't kill him in that one either, you bastard!
Yeah, they didn't. So, you grab the scruff of his neck, Stefan. He grabs your hand. I'm assuming that is indeed what's happening here.
Yes.
Cool.
You know what? Can I do something?
I'll do the action here, and then we'll cut to you, Billy.
Yeah, because I got, these grandpa's got to take control.
All right. Assuming 25 hits.
Yes.
Can you make a con save? Cool. Can you make a dex saving throw for me, please, Ro?
Okay. And I make this one with advantage too. Hooray!
Yep. Oh, you would have failed if not for that. It would have been had to beat a 13. So, Hector, you get headbutted. The man sort of like pulls forward and just slams his skull into your helmet ringing from the impact. Furthermore, you feel a sudden chill wash over you, and your hearing just fades out for a moment before sort of coming back as some sort of curse takes its grip on you. Just before Griswold hurls you, he was going to try and throw you into Ro, but Vera here manages to dodge out of the way, and you are sent hurling into this this pile of boxes. Oh, that's further than I meant. But you know what? No, you're gonna.
There's a hole in the wall.
There is a hole in the wall. Okay, no, we're gonna say that since that will happen. You get fucking yeeted like 40 feet, stumbling through, breaking through the fence, landing at the base of this tree, out in the flaming field. Fortunately, Vash, this is where you are. That is what you see from behind you. What's happening?
God. All right. So Artemis sees Hector fly on through the wall, and he kind of peers around the corner, and I could see something there.
You see a man, an undead man, but he's like standing outside, hands on his head, panicking as the house in front of him is burning down.
Yeah. So Artemis just kind of is like, and then turns around to Hector, and he's like, and so he turns around, and he's gonna go back to his friends because obviously they need him.
Friends
Not his
don't
friend.
sell friends to other people for coats.
Friends don't know that. So Artemis, where is this man? Where is he? I don't even see him. How do I get into this building? He's gonna go into the building. And look right at Mr. Man. And,
All right, so I'm going to just say that it's going to take you some time to walk there. So
Yep.
I'll give Ro a chance to do something with Griswold first. So, Ro, you've just had Hector thrown away. You've had weapon after weapon be ineffectual against this creature. looks to you and just sort of like that same dumb smile. There's like a little flurry of the hand as if doing a small mock bow, asking your permission for something. It's like, I believe that it's your move there.
I have something in my inventory.
Yep.
Don't
I have a
waste it.
flask of holy water.
Don't waste it.
Do
No,
it. Do
let's-
what? Tell me what you want to do.
Or
Do
you
it.
could. I don't know that
think
what I'm
you
gonna do
should.
will
I
help.
think you should.
Yeah, at this point, Vera's just like... She just fucking reaches behind herself and pulls out, like, a fucking flask. She, like, unstoppers it and just fucking splashes it on this guy.
Cool. Do you splash it on any particular part or?
Just on his torso.
Cool. You do that.
It
And
does 2d6 radiant damage.
it does.
Oh, well, not my best, but, you know.
So that happens, and there's a very loud sort of hissing. The creature's smile phases and looks down to it, and it goes to brush the water off. But that just leads to the water getting on its hand instead. He sort of frowns as the hissing and sizzling carries on there. He's now quite distracted by the sort of aesthetic display, and he goes to spin around, ambling off into the courtyard. Sort of walks through the nice hole over here as Artemis is coming over. And he just seems, again, doesn't look like it's destroying him, but he's certainly perplexed by whatever is happening.
Alright.
As
While it
his
is
skin
happening,
continuously bubbles.
Vera is actually going to run over to the hole in the wall and stick her head out just to see what happened to Hector. Is he
Before-
okay?
So Hector is gravely wounded. However, he sort of slowly he had landed on his back because he was thrown through the wall and landed on his back out here in this burning field. So he slowly gets back up and he sits up, then gets up onto one knee, and then finally stands. And he actually casts lay on hands on himself.
While he's getting up, Veraciel is just like, Hector, are you dead?
So he casts lay on hands, and I'm going to use all 20 of my point
Sure. Give you.
to go back up to 24.
Yeah, sweet.
And then after he holds up his hand and this light manifests in his palm and then sort of washes over him, he very, not meekly, but exhaustedly just responds and says, I am fine. Let us finish this. And he starts to walk back towards the hole in the wall.
Oh no.
Yeah, Vera just nods and fucking, like, books it at the other entrance, like, at here.
Yep. The creature doesn't seem to notice you or care. Before we get to you, Billy, I'm going to go to Michelle. What are you up to? What is
Hello,
Matbari
it's
doing?
me. I'm going around the statue looking for, the thing that I could put the crystal in, and I think it's over here, right?
At the front, you see a thing where you can put the crystal in.
I go, bloop.
You put it in?
Oh, it's
Snap
it's
it right in
missing
there.
one though, right? Would you notice that it's missing one crystal?
There's only one crystal in there currently.
No, because there's 3 slots for it.
There's
right?
5 slots.
There's 5 slots.
5. Okay.
Yeah, there's 1 crystal in. I have 1. You have 1. Which you did not put in. However, theoretically, this crystal is for Mr. Bubbling currently mean guy, so she's gonna just put this slot in wherever it fits, hoping that it will deactivate him.
Cool. So you put it in?
Mhm.
All right. As you slip that crystal in, 2 of the runes light up. So a total of 3 of the 6 runes now lit. There's a dull thrum of magic. And we go to you, Billy. What are you doing? So you've rushed in, you've gone to that hole in the wall just as the
Not
hulking
rushed,
man-
casually strolled, but-
okay, casually strolled over. Either way, you have acquired the ability to move over there as this man sort of like stumbles out, patting himself down. What do you do?
Artemis leans over to him and he goes, "Hey, hey!" To the bubbly man. Does he?
Okay.
Say anything? Trying
He
to get his
stops
attention.
patting down. He looks up at you and is like, I don't think you quite belong here either, lad. And he goes to he reaches out, he goes to grab the scruff of your collar. Do you react in any way?
I would like to use friendship.
Sure, you can use friendship.
And he just, as he's grabbed, kind of smirks and is like, "Oh, another one." How do
I have so many friends. I can't wait for it to backfire on you. I'm
will
really
never
excited for it to
backfire.
fuck up.
Okay, so I use friends on my friend.
It's funny you say that, Michelle. What do you do, Billy?
He just kind of smirks and he goes, he looks him right in the eyes after doing his little magic, because I think you do makeup, right? You go you make little lines on your face. I think that's what it says.
You can
And so he just
flavor it
kind of
however you
looks
want.
at him and he goes, so you were, wait, so he goes, so you were saying?
Do you say anything more than that, or?
No, as he's grabbing him. Just
So just a note with friends, it enhances your ability to influence someone. So you still need to be trying to
Oh.
influence them in some way.
Okay, you're right. Sorry, I forgot. Okay, I'm a little drunk, just a little. And so
That's
he
fine.
goes, let me go.
And he looks at you, a big smile, like, oh no, I've been looking for you for quite some time.
And Artemis kind of looks a bit confused, and he's like, are you gonna kiss me? He's just confused.
I am going to immortalize you as a weapon for the burning hells for all time. And he
Cool,
brings you close.
cool.
His free hand goes to just gently sort of press on your head and start to apply pressure to push your skull basically off of your neck. Do you do anything?
I would like to take one of my patches and smack him with it.
Sure. Smack a patch.
Smack a patch.
You're gonna
Give
use
us a
all of
roll
your
D100.
coke in the first 5 games.
Was it /roll 100?
1d100. Yep. We'll get a 6. Sweet. You hit him with a patch, and a sack of 100 gold pieces materializes in front of him and falls to the ground.
Well,
And as that happens, Michelle, that's when you're, in terms of the time catch up, is when you slip the gem into its spot. And the 2 runes light up, and the monster just slowly starts to liquefy and spread out into a huge pool of flesh and vicar, whatever the hell it is. Viscous flesh
Viscera.
juice. Viscera, that's the one. On the ground.
And you hear from in front of the statue, "You're welcome!"
Can I collect the 100 gold?
You can,
at this
however, it is
time-
currently covered in flesh juice.
Hector climbs through that hole in the wall,
Alright.
which is, oh my god, how do I get over here?
So, a point to note, Hector. Every time you take a step, it feels like you can feel your entire body ringing and echoing. Your perception of touch is very alien and unfamiliar to how it normally was. Whatever this entity did to you is still affecting you.
What's the nature of?
You're aware
The-
it's a curse, but you don't know anything beyond that.
Okay.
Sacred Flame yourself.
Well, Artemis places his hands on his hips as the man melts and looks down at his gold, and he's very proud at his kill. And goes, I knew he was allergic to gold. And marches on off after Hector. No, not after Hector. Back to where he was before. Or tries to.
I'm going to stop you right there, Vash. Go back.
Oh.
So, as you pass the body of the shopkeeper ghoul, its hand reaches out. Its hand, not attached to its body, takes hold of your ankle, and it's sort of conscious, sort of looks up at you and is like, "Ah, I don't think you know this, but the shop across from me is on fire. can you do something about it? And it slowly starts to knit itself back together.
Oh, okay. Artemis nods to him and goes, and actually he turns around and points to Naviri and goes, I think she can.
And then at this moment, Hector had retrieved his sword from the I guess melted corpse of
The goo.
Griswold.
Mhm.
Yep.
And he
Griswold.
sees this undead speaking with Artemis. And his initial reaction is that he thinks the old man is in danger. So naturally, he charges the undead and goes to attack it.
Yep. If you just want to put it like it's defenseless, it's on the ground.
From doing that?
Before he gets there, before he quite gets there, I would like to have Navari ask, like, what is that shop? What is the fire shop?
That's the shop of law. It's where the town hall was.
Huh. And then he shows up.
Yeah.
And then he shows up.
And there's no oppose, there's no attack. You just finish it off again.
Okay.
I noticed somebody put a crystal over by the statue. Very good job. I think we need to find the rest of them. I did it just now, and I see that the big guy, he's liquid, and that's what did it. So if we want to get rid of the cursey girls things around here, we should probably do that for the rest of the crystals. I guess there are 3 more. We should look for them.
Indeed.
Artemis nods his head, saying nothing about the crystal.
I would like to do an
This
insight
was the
check.
first conclusion that I had come to when arriving in this accursed town.
Okay. Okay.
Well, you're very clever.
Yeah, I would like to do an insight check
I am very clever.
on Mr. Mr. Drunk Man, if that's all right.
Yeah, you can do a check if you want. Also, I misspoke. I only lit up 1 room, not 2. My bad.
But aren't there 2 crystals then?
Yeah, so there's 2 crystals and 2 rooms lit up. I misspoke and said that there were like 3 in total. I meant there were only 2. So
13. So I guess he does deception or what?
Well, he wasn't saying. He was just like, yep, we gotta get more crystals. Yep.
Yeah, but
not-
you're hiding something. So I
Do
guess.
Oh, well, Hector knows that Artemis has it.
Oh.
So,
Well, you
he
haven't
would
said
say-
it. Okay.
yeah, so he's going to say it right now.
Okay.
Old man, do you still have the crystal which you found in the shop to our right? Or to the east?
Artemis looks over to Hector and shakes his head and goes, no, that, no.
Now I'm gonna
What
do an
happened
insight
to it?
check.
He looks at Hector and thinks for a brief moment of some good excuse to not have it, and he simply points at the fire and says, I threw it in there.
And so Hector looks at the fire, and he looks back to Artemis, and he says, so you have asked me to cast my gaze to the flames. I will ask you to cast your gaze to the puddle of gore by the blacksmith. Do you see it? He says as he walks up beside Artemis.
Artemis nods his head and he goes, yeah, I killed him with gold.
So Hector takes the large mace off his back that he doesn't ever use, and he points to the pile of goo with it while placing a hand on the old man's shoulder. And he says, this will become you if you do not hand over the crystal to me. And I would like to roll intimidation.
Natvari actually in the background is going.
Yeah, Veraciel is just like nodding in approval, like.
Do I? Well,
I'm going to say, like, again, you can choose if that intimidates you or not. I'm not going to make a ruling. This is a player between player and player.
no, he's not intimidated.
But only
In fact,
barely.
He's barely not. So he looks over to Hector, and he goes, "Is that so?"
So then Natvari walks up and she puts both of her arms just like right up around his neck, and she's like, "Oh, come on, you have the crystal. Can't we put it where it goes, please?"
Well, being hugged by a beautiful lady. He shakes his head now and turns to Hector.
Well, I'm gonna roll persuasion if that's all right.
I just
17.
He is persuaded by the beautiful lady, and instead, he leans over. I gotcha. He is persuaded and goes, "Oh, well, okay, but I want those incense." And looks over to Hector. for said incense.
Hector makes no play of it. He doesn't act reluctant. He doesn't play it up. He just hands over the block of incense. He says, "Very well."
Artemis nods his head and hands the crystal over to Not Fury.
Takes it. Her like cheerful like is immediately off. Just takes it, goes, puts it in the right place.
Sweet, yeah. You put it in. A third rune lights up, and the body of the ghoul at Artemis's feet sort of like shivers for a bit before blowing away into dust as it's
I
scattered
feel a
across
little
by the
bit
wind.
bad for that one. He was just trying to do business, you know.
Artemis shakes his head and goes, No, he was a bad person.
You are a bad person. He was probably
You can have
okay.
no sympathy for the damned.
Artemis
You can offer them only salvation in death.
It wasn't his fault though, right?
It
I-
was.
Why was
If he were a more pious man, he would not have befallen to such a fate.
Listen.
Pious.
Not everybody can be as pious as you, okay, sir. Like, you know, it's kind of hard.
Artemis tries to light one of the incense
What are you even doing right now?
and places it at where the man was and kind of just nods over to Hector like are you proud of me now?
Is it a block of incense or like a whole bunch of incense sticks?
The picture is just like a block.
Ow.
So he just like breaks off a corner.
Okay, it
just
just
breaks
breaks
Yeah,
up.
a block of incense. Yep.
Yeah, so he lights the whole block on fire, puts it on the man, and then marches away.
So I suppose we need to go and find the rest of these. Where have we looked for these things so far? We found one
I
in the
found mine
blacksmith
in the
shop.
burning house.
Oh, okay. And you said the other one was in the shop?
I didn't, but he's marching. He's going. He's
Hector
gonna go
said it.
back.
Hector said it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Indeed. The old man had the jewel in his possession as he climbed through the window of this shop that we're standing in front of.
I exited via eggplant. Thank you very much.
Via eggplant. I gotta write that down. I exited via eggplant. Where else is there to go in the town?
Perhaps
The
we
whole-
should go south to the direction in which the statue points.
Artemis just shakes his head and goes, "This way."
I don't know, but it looks like the map runs out that way.
That is correct. The map does run out that way.
Let us follow the old man. We should stick together.
This seems like a
Follow
bad
the-
idea, but okay.
Yeah.
That
I would
dwarf was a
follow him,
fierce opponent. I do not believe it would be wise to split up.
Can I climb over the fence?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's just
I'm
like
also
a
not
little-
very worried if he gets eaten. You know what I mean?
So as they're walking along, Natari just like takes the like elbow of Farah's sleeve to hold on and follow along.
Yeah. And Vera follows. By this point, she would have like de-hulked, so she looks like a normal-ish woman again.
Okay. So, there's
me
a
a
door
hot
there.
Oh, this is a door.
It is a door. Yes, there is
Okay.
a door that leads into the pumpkin patch that you were just walking over.
Is the other side a window?
It is a window. It's just for some reason the borders are wrong and it says they're doors.
Okay. I would like to pick up a pumpkin now and throw it through the window.
Sure. You do that.
I enter and exit places now via fruit.
So, you smash the window open, and immediately in front of you,
What
Is
he
a-
doing?
you just hear like a shriek from inside. as this spectral black entity shoots up past the window and gets right up into Artemis's face. Artemis, can you make me a dex saving throw, please?
I think
I
he
would
found the
love
other
to.
one.
Quickly, we must aid him.
Do we have to?
Do we have to?
Yeah, must we?
How do I roll?
Yes.
dex?
Okay.
How do I roll
Just-
dex, May?
Just click the dexterity button on your character sheet.
Ability check, right, or saving throw?
Saving throw. Cool. So you manage to dodge as this spectral entity like whizzes past you.
Ooh.
But as it moves on, it goes into this box and just basically disappears into the darkness. And you hear ghostly whispers from inside. Another spectre seems to be sitting behind the bar and it's looking over towards you. It's like,
What can
I think you enraged my wife by doing that. I hope you're going to pay for breaking our windows.
And as he's saying this, Hector goes to kick down their front door.
Where's the dramatic end? Our group name is Dramatic Entrance.
As they're going over towards the pumpkin patch, Nalfari definitely just gets distracted by the burning building, like, ooh, so pretty.
Cool. Road, is Vera doing anything specific here?
She's gonna punch through the wall. Like,
No, not even. She's just kind of standing there with her hands on her hips, like shaking her head, like. But she'll follow Hector in the door.
Okay.
who is she to judge Mrs. Punch Holes through walls, alright? I love this.
So yeah, you kick the door down, and the spectre behind the bar is just like, you sort of see like ghostly hand come up to its forehead and just like lowers itself, like, why do I even bother? What do you adventurers want? Can't you see we have
Your
enough?
end! And Hector charges at him.
No, Artemis runs out to stop him, like grabbing Hector. No, not the booze man.
As you get up to Hector, Vash, make another dex saving throw.
I would love to.
Nalfari is mildly distracted by the people yelling inside. What are they doing?
So, as you do that, the other spectre, you ran right past where it was hiding and it lets out a shriek, and this dark spectral energy lashes out. And does an 8 hit?
Ooh. What is that on my armor class?
Yeah, I see.
Yes.
No, I have 16.
Cool. A bolt of dark energy shoots out, just missing you. It sort of like bites into the ceiling and leaves a large gash before the entity attempts to vanish once more. And let's just see.
Because
Doesn't do a good
Nalfari
job
is
of-
holding on to Vera's sleeve, she just kind of follows along behind, watching the fire.
Yeah. Vera just fucking like walks in with her.
So you can track where it went, but it's like trying to hide.
Okay. Artemis could care less. And
Okay.
he sees it happen and it's just unbothered. He is trying to save this booze and stop Hector and pleading with like, no, not the bartender, Hector, no. And it's just like,
Very well. Hector actually complies because he sees something out of the corner of his eye in the back room as he had run behind the bar to kill this shade.
Yep, sweet.
So he
Sounds
is
good.
actually going to walk into the back room and he sees two things.
ooh.
All right.
So, can I take a seat at the bar?
Yeah, you can take a seat at the bar. I haven't put the stools down, but there are a couple of bar stools there.
Okay, and he leans on the bar and he goes, I'll have the best brandy you got. Scotch. He's an old man. Scotch.
All
I'll
right.
take the best scotch you got.
So-
I'm sorry, Vash. That's not canon, okay?
Is scotch
It's
not a
called
canon?
It's called Scotch
What's Scotch?
whiskey because it comes from Scotland, okay?
Well, we're in Scotland Diablo. Diablo, Scotland.
The shade nods at you and turns around. You can see these bottles of like assorted spirits on the wall behind it. It raises its hand and goes to grab one. And the hand just goes straight through it because he's a ghost. And he just repeats this action pretty much infinitely. We're going to go to Natvari and Vera. As you enter, you see the ghost attempting to pick up a bottle and not having a good time of it. You see Artemis sitting down, patiently waiting for his drink. You see everything you see on the map here. What's up? What's up, Doc?
Yeah, okay, this is kind of sad, but let's have a look around, I suppose. Let's find a gem. And Varasiel is just going to cross here. Oh wait, hold on, Hector's in there, so...
No, that's good. That's fine, you can go there.
Down into here.
I guess at that point, since she's been pulled inside and no longer seeing the fire, she'll go up this way and check this door.
Cool. Hector, we'll go to you. So, Hector, what...
what does he see in here?
It's a pretty standard, like, kitchen, storeroom sort of thing, like, double. You can see a lot of grain, a lot of, like, there's some stale bread dough that's been sitting out on the bench for who knows how long, rotten vegetables. But you see 2 of those ritual crystals on the ground.
Can Artemis warn Natvari before she opens up that door real quick?
Yeah, what do you want to say to her?
He's just gonna be like, I wouldn't do that. There's a guy out there.
She's definitely... Well, I guess if you say there's a guy out there.
So Hector is going to take the crystal nearest to the stove.
Cool. So you grab it, and you all hear a shriek coming from the bedroom. Vera sees the source of the shriek. You see the ghost like throw its arms out wide and it sort of like screams into the air, and then its ghostly gaze hones in on you. It goes to swoop at you. I'll give you an option to do something in defense.
Varasiel, holding her axe, which she feels is magic but doesn't know what it does, just swings at this thing as it comes at her.
Yeah, give us a roll. Sweet. So you give it a swing. The axe, like, as you throw the strike out, the head of the axe lights up with a dull sort of ethereal light, and it eats into the ghost, swinging clean through it and leaving a bright glowing gash. The ghost lets out another shriek, much more high pitched and shrill, as it sort of stumbles back, and you can see that the darkened, I guess, ghostly bits, I don't know what to call it, start to sort of wither and smoke away. It's still standing, figuratively speaking, but that axe it's pretty good against ghosts, we'll put it that way.
Alright, axe of ghost slaying, hell yeah.
You all hear the shrieking, you all hear the second set of shrieking. Natvari, you still look out the window out the door, do you?
Yeah, if he gives me the warning beforehand and there's a window in the door, she'll just look first before opening it.
Yeah, you see a little zombie man, a little skeleton boy. He's sitting there, pacing around, looking quite distressed at the burning building in front of him. That's about it.
Not gonna open the door. If I'm not opening that door, though, I suppose I'll do something else. Probably come back over.
You know, if they found the other crystal, they're probably going to find this guy in a second, and he's going to freak out. You should probably get your drink and then get away from the bar, or just stab him already.
Artemis nods to Natvari because, you know, she's kind of smart. He agrees. And he goes, "Oh, is the booze like intact behind the bar?"
Oh yeah, the booze is all just sitting in bottles. It's just the ghost can't interact with booze.
All right, he goes, Can we save the booze? To Natvari.
I don't see why not. I imagine he won't attack the booze.
And he nods, and he kind of stands up and looks at the bartender and goes, "Never mind." And goes to kind of push the tables behind them to make
Mhm.
like a little makeshift fighting area, so the staging area, if you will.
Yep. So you can just rearrange them into defensible sort of position. Yeah, and what? Yes, give me a perception roll. And while that perception roll is happening, Victor, what's fun? What are you up to? You going to the second gym?
Yep, he takes the second gem.
You see a pretty cool looking corpse hanging out on the ground right in front of you.
Wow.
He's got a little clown here, a little clown nose going on. Give a little honk. And as the honking happens, that is when you, the ghost behind the counter, sort of just like rigidly freezes, lets out another shriek, and like flies up to the ceiling, following like the lines of the shadows being cast by the fire outside, and lashes down, getting ready to make an attack against Netvari. Vash, Artemis, and Netvari both have a chance to do something here, so what do you both do?
He tries to shoot him with his crossbow.
Sure.
Both shots.
Yep, making a pair of attacks.
Oh! Okay. Wait, I landed both hits on that other guy. Can I arcane shot him? 'Cause that only needs a 1 hour rest.
Yeah, your arcane shots are back. You've short rested.
Okay, I would like to arcane shot and then banish him.
Sure. Okay, make an attack.
Do I have to like use the physical attack button?
Yeah, you have to attack still.
Okay. And then banishing.
Oh, unfortunately, it resists. So
Also,
let's
just
see.
get shot, but not sent to another dimension.
Yes.
Do I have action surge back? Is that after a long rest or short? This
Short
can
rest.
be used. Oh, okay. I don't know why that one didn't refresh, but arcane shot did.
Wait, what didn't refresh?
Action surge?
No, you get that back. That's once every short rest.
Yeah, it just says 0 out of 1 uses, but that's fine. I'll just force the
Oh,
roll.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just do it again.
Okay. Well, so he shoots with the one crossbow. I'm not gonna double attack because he was gonna assume that it would just be gone.
Cool. Oh yeah. Okay. So the attack comes out. The magical arrow like embeds or hits the ghost and like shoots through it. You see the banishing magic fires off, it procs out, and then just doesn't take form. But the fact that a magical sort of blast went through the shadow was enough to cause some serious pain to the creature. As that happens, Castus, make a move. But Castus just got here.
I did. I moved into the building because I was outside.
All right, Michelle, give us what you think. Sleep? Sure. Okay. Is that immune to sleep? No.
That's a high number.
And catch both of them it does. They both sort of... Actually, do I have to make a resist against that? No. Yeah, no. They both just fall to the ground. Yeah. They both... So the ghostly shadow in front of you, Vera, and the ghostly shadow in front of everyone in the sort of tavern room hit the ground and just lose their form and dissipate into shadows that just are like breathing almost, getting larger and smaller.
I somehow got muted again! I didn't tell it to mute me again, but it muted me again!
Oh, really?
Ah,
Just when
that's
you
really...
saved us.
I know. That bums me out real bad.
No.
I need to just. I have a push to talk key for when I DM so that I can mute myself because the games that I DM, my partner is over there behind me playing, and you can hear us both through my microphone.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
so I have it set to mute, but in this game he's not playing, so it's like, you don't need to mute yourself, dummy. That makes me sad. Thank you for letting us know.
Just when you cast sleep and saved us.
Yes, I just slept everything.
So is that? Did we just escape the battle?
I mean, for now, things will wake up.
They're asleep. They're asleep. You got 2 crystals. What's up, Dak?
I hop over that bar and I'm going to town, baby. We in a candy store. Woo!
All right.
Oh, did Hector get both the crystals in this building?
Yeah, and
He
he
did.
promptly exits through the pumpkin patch without everybody.
Yeah.
Well, what oh,
Don't
in
wake
fact,
them up.
Dre-
Don't wake them up.
Yeah, Vera's just gonna leave him alone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, now what? We have defeated the ghosts, and now Hector is going to put the crystals where they belong.
How many is that? That's 3, right? 3
I
plus his
don't-
2, so that's all 5.
This will be all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I misspoke. There's actually, yeah, no, that's fine.
What, was there more?
Yeah, okay, no, there's 6. So there's 6 symbols and 6 crystal slots. My bad.
That's fine.
Oh. Okay.
There is 1 more.
We rolled really low perception, so we only saw 5.
We
Tinglings
actually
is just
missed
bad
it.
at counting.
The 6th one, like, reveals itself when you put the 5th one in. And we're like, oh no.
Did you get
so
it?
Hector walked over here anyway,
Mhm.
if he can make it that far.
Yep, again, you're not in combat, so you sure can. So, Castus, do you want... What are you up to? Tell us about you.
Oh, I am totally aware of everything that is happening, and I am here to help.
Who wants to give Castus a summary on what's happened?
Your
So
father is a very good man.
we
Okay, so somebody who's telling the truth.
we gave the corrupted rogue a second chance at life. I was like, you want to be a baker, right? And she was like, actually, yes, I do want to be a baker. And Hector was like, I will give you a blessing, and then used Sacred Flame on her, but somehow it actually worked, and it made her feel better, and then she walked west vaguely to go be a baker for the rest of her life. And so we continued on the rest of our journey, arriving in this town that's on fire, and killed some ghouls. In the center of town, there is a statue of an armored man with wings, and in front of him, well, around him, there's like a seal symbol of sealing that is keeping some ghouls' souls attached to the town. And we're finding the crystals that's sealed all of their soul, and we're putting them inside the symbol thing in some slots. And then as we put them in there, they're let free. And we just found 5 of 6.
Yes.
Cool.
I punched through a wall.
And
You
I-
did punch through a wall.
And I broke out of a blacksmith building via eggplant.
It's true. He broke a window with an eggplant and then jumped out the window. And I keep muting myself the whole time.
Oh, and I used friendship successfully
Like twice.
again, and had Stefan do my dirty work when the guy got enraged.
Yeah. Well, the second time on the big guy was not successful. And he was about to
Okay.
smash you, but then I stuck the crystal in the
Two-
thing and he melted.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. And
That
I
sounds like
text-
revisionist history.
and
I'm
I
pretty
killed,
sure it was Artemis who killed
Oh
everybody.
my god, I thought we were friends.
I killed him. Castus, I smacked a man with a patch, and it turned into gold and killed him. So they're also weak to gold. And that is the plot. And now we're in a bar, and I am being a drunk man.
Do.
I mean, the whole time. Yes. You weren't here to keep your father in check, so it didn't really happen.
Yeah, I got to go full chaos. I literally busted down the door, and the guy was like, "Hello," and then I shot him.
Anyhow, I
So-
assume Hector makes it to the middle of town without any issue.
Yes, there's nothing to cause any issue.
So how's our son doing? How's our boy doing?
He's good, I guess. Guess he's just been plodding along behind everybody.
Okay, so now what, May?
Well, Hector gets to the section in the center of town. I guess
Yeah,
you just put the 2 crystals in?
Yeah, he inlays the next 2 crystals, and then notices that somehow he forgot that there was 1 extra slot in the sword, and he looks down at the circle and counts again by putting up his finger. And then he realizes that it was actually this one right here, which he's going to walk over, was kind of faded, and he forgot to count the number 6 because of this particular mark.
Obviously.
Okay.
Sure, yeah.
And then
Six
he
is a double
begins to
number.
walk back towards the others.
Excellent. So yep, as you put those in, 2 more of the runes light up, leaving 1 rune unlit.
Natvari came back outside the tavern to be like, "Are you going? Is that what you're doing? Where are you going?" And she gets distracted by the burning building again. Ooh, fire.
And Hector calls out, and he sort of yells, probably not the smartest thing, but he wants everybody to hear and doesn't really consider that, the undead might be sentient and could also hear him. And so he calls out, "We need but 1 more!" as he walks back to the bar.
All right. So as that happens, Castus,
Yes.
you see a panicky little zombie skeleton turns around the corner, pokes his little undead head out. It's like, people. He like wanders over to you. He's like, please, sir, please. Like reaches out, tries just to sort of like pat at your shoulders. Like, I need help. I need help right now.
Well, be on with it. What help do you need? You're
Like,
well, you
looks
clearly don't
behind you
have
as-
many mortal needs anymore, do you?
What are you talking about? Not any mortal needs. What are you, a strange demon thing? No. He like turns around, wheels you around, and like gestures towards the fire. Look at this. That's where my chickens were living, and now they're out. Yes. Go collect them for me. It is a disaster if they get too far away.
I think you need a place to house them, don't you? Your whole building will
I
be on
can
fire.
worry about that after I've collected them. Now go find my chickens.
Sounds like somebody's counting their eggs before they've hatched.
Sounds like somebody's being a mousy little bitch. Now go get my chickens for me.
Natvar's been peeking around the corner. Well, I thought he was cute, but now I don't.
Can I? Yeah, so I'm just gonna loot all the booze and then leave.
Yep, I get. Well, here's the thing. Let me actually check your character sheet
I
and
want
add some.
weight.
Yeah, we
Give me
gotta
some
add weight.
Give me some weight. I got a pack. I
Vera
got-
also leaves this door that Natvari was warned not to go through.
Am I like way down? I'm encumbered like Skyrim. I'm gonna have to slow walk out.
Vero could be.
What? What chickens? What?
Chicken.
It's just like sniff the air.
Do I smell roasting chicken?
So Hector's going to basically be making it up to everybody else, and then I need to go AFK for 5 minutes. So
Sure.
Guess we'll just keep looking for the chickens.
Yeah, I see something over here, actually, Anton.
Mm-hmm.
What am I looking at?
Hang
What
on.
are those?
Inside the gardens, you see strange little, as they are called, abyssal chickens. They have chicken feet, and they have long snaking tongues coming out of jagged mouths. They don't have any eyes, they don't have any feathers. They actually have a second mouth on their back, which sort of opens up. like where the chicken of a tail would be. They're having a great time. They're just like rummaging around, making little like sounds.
I don't like
They're
it.
loving it.
Okay, those are demons.
Oh, that's not what was meant to happen.
Vera, what the hell is that? Literally, I guess.
I don't know. Maybe it is like a distant cousin or something.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
so the skeleton sort of like wheels Cassis up to us like, no one, go get them.
Do you have an empty sack I could borrow, sir?
Let me check inside the house. And he goes and wanders off
Can I do
into
something
the.
before he does that?
Yeah, sure. What do you do?
So Artemis sees the skeleton man manhandling his son,
Mm-hmm.
and much like the shopkeeper, alright,
Oh no.
I want to shoot this man, cause don't touch my son, you demonic monster.
Sure. Roll to attack.
Why are you the worst?
Gay.
Oh, they hit, and the two bolts land into the skeleton, and it just like stumbles to the ground,
And Artemis
or seemingly dead.
runs up to his son and he goes, "Are you alright?"
As that happens, though, you hear a shriek emit from the other side of the house, and if you look up on top of the burning building, one of the abyssal chickens is flown up there.
That for some reason. I don't know why.
No, that's
Fog
because
of
it's
War.
all darkened. Yeah, fog of war.
It's like pitch black.
Yep, that's meant to be.
Fog of War,
Okay.
we can't see up there.
Okay.
Yep, on top of that black building, one of the abyssal chickens is peering down at you.
Uh-oh.
And then another one. And another one.
You're about to get Zelda cuckooed.
And all four of them leap down. They are
The
not
crescendo.
particularly happy.
The crescendo of
The,
this
the crescendo for the abyssal chicken. Billy, you killed their dad, and they did not like that.
I guess
And they're
I
being
found,
good
I
subs.
found the chickens, though. Quest complete. All right, let's go.
Yeah, Mal just turns to Artemis like, why are you like this? What
Now
was
we're
the,
going to roll for initiative.
what was the
No,
turning point in
no,
your life
no.
where you became like
Not
this?
Vari is going to pat Vera on the shoulder and be like, I saw door, I'm going this way.
Okay, have fun. I'm going to kill the chickens.
Have fun.
I will. Call out if you need help.
Okay.
All right, so
Now what?
That is a good scary room.
roll for initiative.
All of us?
You don't have to, because you have to say that you are out of the combat. But if you
Okay.
want to join the combat at any point, sure.
Okay.
How do I roll for initiative?
You just click the initiative thing.
Where's the initiative thing?
The top, where it says like hit points, hit dice, armor class, movement, and then initiative.
Oh, right.
You can also right click on your buddy and then the bottom right hand corner cross swords shield thing. And then you look in the punchy thing at the top. Abyssal chicken. I didn't see this coming, but I guess I should have.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I won't roll for
keep
Hector.
killing quest givers.
So, first chicken. Chicken gonna chock. He's a chonky chicken. He's gonna attack you right now.
Okay.
Man, I sure hope that Artemis gets killed by fucking chickens. That would be hilarious.
All right. Does a 22 and a 19 both hit?
Yes.
All right. The chicken leaps onto you, shrieking and screaming. A very horrifying, shrill, not chicken-like scream, as it rakes its claws and bites into your neck, dealing, well, it's 12 damage in total.
Yep.
Next up, it's Malky.
Protect me, son.
You've done this to yourself.
I'm gonna have to make a new character
How
already.
do you want to handle what I'm doing? Should I like roll up so that I have a place to do stuff in the initiative, or just like when we get to the end, I'll say I'm doing this.
I'll just roll initiative and you can join the initiative track.
Okay, I will do it.
There you go.
I mean,
Roll
so
initiative.
I guess so he doesn't get flanked. I'll stay
I'm
here
next.
and I'll draw my short swords and try to attack the abyssal chicken right above me.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Are you?
No.
All right. Describe how you. This abyssal chicken also leaps at Artemis at the same time as the first one. Describe how you stop that from happening.
I mean, as it's midair, I guess, like, Malkis draws his short sword, and, like, as he's drawing it, he just kind of, like, continues the through motion and just, like, fucking chops it out of the air.
Yep. And chicken is chop.
Do you have a second attack from dual wielding?
I could, yeah. I have 2 swords. It won't get the proficiency, but yeah, I guess I'll step over the
Bonus.
I'll step over the corpse and stab down at the chunky chicken that just clucked him up.
Oh my god. Clucked him up.
That's what I said.
For shame.
You like it.
All right. Not quite as dangerous of an attack, largely because, I mean, the chicken is, well, on your son. But you managed to deal some damage to it.
On your son? You mean on your father?
It's same thing. I don't even know where I am. Nitvari, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm gonna see if this window is open.
The window's burnt out, so you can look through it.
Okay, then I'm just gonna hop through the window.
Okay.
It won't let me, thank you.
How does it? You see the crystal right there.
I see the thing. I'm going to grab the crystal. So that's
Grab the crystal,
5,
yep.
10, 15. Got it. 20, 25, 30. To get back out. That's my turn, I guess. Actually, I could use
Sweet.
my action to dash, right?
Yes.
So... probably... Let me do a measure. 10. 10. More 10. Another 10. So I can get that far. Oops. Now let me go. I can get this far around the building. I have got the crystal and run back around. That's my
Sweet.
turn.
All right.
Did you start combat?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's not giving us the button to click to go next. Or maybe you're still on your abyssal chicken.
I was on the abyssal chicken. Doop, doop.
Now, Aaron, you pick next, and we're good.
And
I already went.
Hector approaches the scene.
Where I have smited the unholy for
You didn't do shit.
Cass,
There's a
click
bunch
next.
of
goblin.
demon chickens hanging out, trying to rip Vash's throat open. Yep. The next chicken is dead, and which leaves this particular chicken here. So
Wow, you guys are just
Much-
like murdering them.
Yeah.
once again, they are pretty focused on Vash.
Zelda.
The bite almost certainly does not hit.
Yes. The claws do that.
The claws do. I'm going to say that as it goes up, like it bites down on your arm, but it catches
Okay.
a point which is quite armored and does absolutely no damage. So instead, it just panics and starts flailing its feet around, dealing 5 more points of damage to you.
Okay.
Which means it's now your turn, Vash. What do you do?
I would like to shoot some chickens. Go hunting.
Okay, shoot me some chickens.
Shoot me some chickens.
I like how we
Actually-
fought like every ghost and ghoul in the town, and there was no real initiative. But when we get to the chickens, roll initiative, everyone.
So,
Chickens are serious business.
does arcane shot count as an extra attack?
I think it has to be.
Arcane shot
an
is just a modifier on your regular attack, so you can declare an arcane shot when you hit someone with an attack.
Okay. So, triple crossbow because I want to use action surge too. Right?
I mean, I think they're dangerous enough.
I want to. Can I shoot multiple targets, or do I have to focus on the same target?
You declare each shot one at a time. So
Yeah.
you attack first, and then if you see what happens, and then you can declare who you're attacking next.
Okay. So chicken that's trying to bite me then first. We'll do that.
Cool. It's dead.
Dead. All right. Then chicken to my left.
Cool.
And we're gonna add on a fun arcane shot to that. Actually, no, we're not. We're not, because it's like the mind one. So just ignore that.
Okay.
And then I can't action surge, so I'm just gonna roll again, but just pretend I'm doing it because it won't let me do it again for some reason. And then the one in the corner, that.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So one of the chickens just fucking like, you shoot the one that's on you and it just bolt goes through chicken go through ground. It's gone. It's done, cease. The other two have now your bolts sticking out of them. They're pretty distressed by this, but they're just now running around panicking.
Oh.
It's your turn, Ro.
Which is the injured chicken?
They're both injured. The most injured one, however, is the one nearest the building. It is limping about with a bolt through its body.
I'm gonna give that one a bop.
Yep. It's squished. It's gone.
Okay. Now I have Great Weapon Master, and because of that, I can use my bonus action to cleave and make another attack.
Sure.
Well, that one misses.
It's okay. Hector needs something to do.
So as you swing at the chicken, either by unholy chicken gymnastics or by just horrible coincidence, it stumbles right as your blade will go, passes over it. Aware that you just lashed out at it, it lets out an abyssal shriek, and now instead jumps onto you. And
Alright, bring it on, chicken bitch.
Chicken beach?
You cack.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
That's a miss. Oh, well, the first one hits. That's 10. Oh, yeah, my rage is over, so that's 10 points of damage.
Alright. And it fucking bites into ya. Cutting out a nice little chunky wunky, as they say. Hector?
Ow.
How long does enhanced ability last? An hour.
As long as an
So you
hour.
still have that.
Oh, yeah, but that's with strength. That doesn't make it me any harder to get.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
I guess he's not back yet.
Sorry, are you talking to me?
So this thing we're going, yeah.
Yep, your turn.
So I couldn't hear over the music. I need to turn it down.
Oh, you need to turn it down.
Okay. So, my turn.
Hi.
Tell me if this is too far to move.
No, that's fine.
Okay. And then what Hector's going to do is he walks up. He doesn't say a word. And he sees this sort of clusterfuck of chicken monsters attacking the old man.
Yep.
And he goes to the handler. So I guess he would actually go here.
Handler's dead on the ground.
Okay, this handler's dead on the ground.
I should have put a marker on it, sorry.
Whoops. Alright, well then there's one more chicken. He swats at the chicken with his long swords.
Yep. Give us an attack. Describe what happens to the chicken.
So essentially, he actually flips the sword around into his hand and uses the hilt of it to swing downward and just bash the chicken's skull in against the stone.
The tiny
path.
little skull.
Yes, his tiny little demon chicken skull.
Yeah, so the chicken having bit into Natvari's...
Nope.
Oh, no, not Natvari, Vera's leg. Pretty happy with its chunk that tore out. It took a step back, let out an aggressive sort of hissing shriek before its skull just was turned into paste. And
Cool.
so ends the chicken.
We finished the quest.
You're finished killing the townsfolk.
Kind of.
Yes.
So initiative over?
Combat is done.
Alright, you know what that means.
Uh,
They're just gonna see Navari run by. Hello, goodbye!
Whee.
Wait, get back here.
No, come here!
Don't tell her what to do.
So Artemis is super distressed after being attacked by Chikon.
Yeah.
Can I collect bolts?
I'm going to say yeah. I don't think it's been
Okay.
deducting bolts from your pool, so I'll
Oh,
figure that
has
one out.
it not? Okay, then if it
No, it's
doesn't
not
do
synced
that,
up
then we're
properly.
not gonna waste time
So-
on that.
Yeah, it
Since-
should be, but
Since I guess Hector was mad that she was just being like, "Hi, bye," she's gonna be like, "Look, I found it," and gonna go put the thing in the.
Very well. Be
Artemis,
on your guard.
Sure.
Make way.
So she does when she puts the last crystal in, she does take a measured step back.
Cool.
I'm gonna have Artemis look at his son and ask him if he's okay. Be like, are you okay, son? And, like,
He's-
look over him.
He's gonna give him like the most incredulous look, like, you're the one who decided to shoot without asking questions and then got attacked by a chicken. I'm fine. In fact, go with the others. I need to see something real quick.
Artemis,
I don't want you just shooting random things for no reason. At least not near me. Go shoot crossbow bolts into empty bottles or something.
Artemis just nods and goes, all right, you want to piss on him for hurting daddy, I get it. And then walks away to go.
also,
join
Vash, have
the
you been
others.
adding your like loot to your inventory?
No?
All right, you may
Did I-
wish to do that. Yes.
How do I do that?
Go to your inventory
Okay.
and like click add and just add stuff. If you can just get it written down, then I can add the stats and everything later.
So should I be adding like rings, the ring I got and stuff?
Yes, otherwise I'm not going to remember everything.
Do I just rename it? Or just new equipment?
Just new equipment,
Okay.
and then rename it, and I can move
What else
everything
did I
in as it
get?
should be.
A bag, right? What would booze fall under? Loot?
I've already added the booze as spirits, 10 liters.
Okay. So then I got the backpack, and then the backpack had a bunch of junk in it, though. How much junk
Mhm.
did the backpack have in it?
Have you looked? Did you look through the backpacks already?
No.
Okay.
You just picked it up.
Yeah, we can worry about looking through the backpack later. Just add.
Okay.
Just make sure you write down the titles and everything. As you add the last socket in, the final rune lights up, and the dull thrumming of magic around the ritual pulses, and again, and faster and faster and faster, until the runes let out a sort of dull hiss,
So-
and the magic fades. The
Okay.
gems, their color fades, and they just turn into dark glass, and a sense of ease falls across the town.
So it's still on fire, but I guess the bad things are gone. Is Hector still cursed?
Hector still feels pretty cursed.
He thinks that it's just fatigue. He's sort of a curse denier.
Okay, alright.
He's like an
So-
anti-vaxxer, but for curses.
Okay.
Yes. So Hector looks around at the group, sort of looks beyond at the father and son joining up with them, and he calls out and says, "I believe we have afforded ourselves a moment's respite. We should go and look for this Deckard Kane."
I thought we were just looking for the thing to open the portal to, get to his whatever, his sanctum, or I don't know.
Details.
Details
Ah,
are kind
well,
of important.
As long as we are doing the job. But yes, let's look. We should take a moment's break, okay? Because you are hurt, I am hurt. We are both hurt.
By a moment's break, do you mean kind of like 8 hours worth or so?
No,
Um,
like half an hour's worth, maybe.
Let us go to the store and see if there's anything we can find. Let us rest inside.
You won't be able to get in that door. It's barricaded.
You go to the door and it does not budge, and you see 2 tables have been fucking
The
like
window is
pushed across the
broken.
door.
He goes to the window instead.
No, okay. Vera walks up to the barricaded door.
No, don't kick it.
The,
No.
the barricaded door is the one
does
up
that.
top.
Is it-
This window right here is open. The door is up top.
Is it safe to assume that all the stuff up here has been killed and cleaned out?
Yes.
All right.
Can you
I
see? Can you
I
see
can
things up this door?
I can see a
Got
large
16
dead
on my
body-
strength
a
check
large
to
dead
break
body.
the barricaded door.
I'm gonna say, given your like size and everything, you are quite tired, and it will take some time. But you can just rip the door down, like pull it out.
That's
towards
exactly what I'm doing.
you.
Just-
Yeah. And Castus, you do see creatures up there, but they're all inert, like skeletons and bones splayed out across the ground, just having fallen in place.
All right. Once the doors are out of the way, I literally just throw the tables out into the square.
Okay.
Okay, this is our room.
Hector
And
just
the-
goes down to sit at the table near the front door.
Artemis is already laying in the bed.
No, he gets thrown out in the
Clutching
street
the
too.
bottles of booze.
He
No.
gets thrown out in the street too. Sorry, like
In the
picked up and
street?
physically, yeah, just thrown out with the tables.
You'd have to walk all the way around to do that. You'd have to drag me out of this room.
No, I ripped the door off its hinges, threw the tables
What
out.
door are you at? The door's over here, buddy.
Good night, I'm
The
sleeping
door's
here.
here.
Bye.
Isn't this where the door is? Like
No,
right
it's
here?
right here. It's up here.
No, I got him wrong. It's meant to be a window or a window portal. And
Oh,
I take
well,
it, Castus,
whatever.
you're just having a look around the town while this is all happening, are you?
Yeah, I was looking for.
Look,
While
I'm
they're all
cuddling with the
resting.
ladies.
I'm looking for what could be Deckard Cain's library.
So, yeah. So I'm gonna say like you've looked through the 3 northern houses. It looks like there pretty much just leaves one building that you haven't checked.
Uh-oh.
The fire building.
Now, there's a particular building that you haven't been inside yet.
Oh, so these three buildings up here have already been checked. So this building right here that I'm to the left of me hasn't been checked yet. Okay.
That's right.
So yeah, I'll go through this top door, I guess. Fucking walls.
Just use the arrow keys to move around.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
pretend
someone might be here.
like I'm not actually up there, but I'm gonna go over there so the screen can see what's going on. I can't get out.
Walls, cursed walls. Yeah, so I'm checking in here.
Hang on, Michelle, let me save you.
Thank you, thank you.
Looks like there's quite a few books turned over here. Around here.
Yep. So do you have an investigation check
Oh
or
my
anything?
gosh,
Or you
there was a
want-
big guy up there.
Ooh, every time I pop the character sheet tab out, like it goes black for a second. I can't see anything.
Yeah.
16.
Cool. So taking a quick look around, you can definitely confirm that this is the house of a scholar. The building itself is ransacked. Someone was clearly looking for something, and maybe they found it, maybe they didn't. It's hard to tell. You can see a lot of books on angels and demons, on demonology. There is a book in particular that seems to talk about something called the Sin War. There's also a fair few items of noteworthiness. There's some gems that you can spot, which would be definitely worth something at market.
All right.
You find a couple of scrolls as well, magical scrolls that contain spells within them, as well as one book that stands out above all. It seems to have no title, just a plain brown leather cover, inlaid with strange. Actually, hang on, let me check your language.
What languages do I speak? I don't even know.
Yeah, so it's inlaid with strange golden letters that you don't quite understand. But it also has a little stone sitting on top of it with another strange symbol that doesn't make much sense to you immediately. It looks like a bird looking down, or maybe a rock being thrown into a pond. It's very arbitrary, but it's clearly, it stands out, that's for sure. all in all, you can definitely confirm that this is the place where you need to write the runes on the wall to redirect the portal. That should be buried via magical means somewhere here.
Alright, well, I'll grab the gems, I'll grab the spell scrolls. I will pocket the strange book. I'll also take I'll take the book on the Cinder Wars actually also.
Okay, let me just write those down, and I will be sure to add them to your character sheet.
Yep, have been. Just,
Cool.
Nothing. So okay. So yeah, and I don't have the blood or the ink. So,
I think I do.
yeah. So, while everyone is resting, I will go back down to the inn where everyone's waiting, and I'll give a little knock on the door, a little.
That's
For the
not
late-
an inn.
Oh, just the shop.
It's a general store, yeah.
Oh, I thought the other bar area over here where you guys were stealing stuff was where you guys were resting.
No, this is where I committed homicide on an innocent.
An innocent dead man.
But yeah, I'll knock on the door for the girls' room.
That's a window.
That's a window.
Yeah, my portals are fucked up.
I didn't move myself there.
It's
The only
Come
door
in
is
the
the
building.
top one. All the
Yeah.
other two are windows, but the bottom
one of
window
the-
is broken.
Knocking on the. If there's no door, I guess I'll knock on the door frame.
Actually, yeah, I guess Vera just ripped the frame off, or ripped the door out of the frame up north. So
I'm
It's
sure we
kinda-
would have barricaded it again, just in case.
with what?
Cabbages. I don't know. More fruit objects. There is the boxes down there. We could have put them in front,
You.
but I did not. So I'm just sleeping on a bed. I need my arcane shot back.
Who is
Pardon-
knocking? Why are you
pardon-
knocking? Just come into the house.
I'm just making sure. Might I have the ink that we acquired from the
No,
the
take a
village?
nap.
I don't need a nap.
Well, I do, so you can't do anything by yourself. Goodbye.
I can very clearly write sigils on a wall while
No.
you are all resting.
No.
This is the most counterproductive waste of time.
What if something happens while we're all resting, you're by yourself, and you die? You don't want to die.
Then I die. I'm not going to die while writing.
That's what they all say.
Sister, just give him the ink. He is not concerned about us if he dies. You know, it is his life to throw away. Okay?
I just don't trust anyone else. This is the only one we have, okay?
Yes, I'm not my father. I'm not the big man
I
who
mean,
stomps
well-
through everything.
How much does the ink cost? Okay, just that market.
I don't know. It's special ink. The woman at the town gave it. The town gave it to us.
Okay, well, we will sell you the ink for 10 gold pieces.
You're telling me the ink
Just-
that we need to complete
Just
this
take a
quest.
nap. Just take a nap. It'll be fine. We will all go in a little bit. Just take a nap.
It will be done, and then we can just leave when you're all rested.
We don't know that. Something will probably happen. Things happen in places like this.
Yeah, some demon might pop out and then start beating the shit out of you, and then what are we going to do? We're going
What
to
do
be
you
here
mean
sleeping.
you want to seal up this thing that I've spent all this time on sealing with this stupid ink? Oh, I am a demon. You are dead. Take a nap.
I hate every one of you.
That's fine.
I
Okay,
hate
but if-
every person I left with. And he just walks away.
That's probably true, but you know, if you can put up with your father, you can put up with us.
He just goes back out into town.
I don't know
Sweet.
why he's waking me up. He's just making me nap longer. What's wrong with him?
Yeah, no, right? Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't try to get Hector to do anything.
He doesn't feel like Hector. He's like any of you now.
Wow. He loves Artemis. Artemis saved him from that demon chicken, man.
Demon chicken didn't attack
He
me.
saved Artemis from the demon chicken.
He was a bad man. I saved all of you. He was gonna send you to your death.
Everyone is so grumpy.
I'm assuming they rest for
Yeah.
an hour?
Yeah, so I'm assuming, unless anyone does
Longer.
anything, how long are you looking to rest for specifically? What are you all thinking?
I mean, unless people want to go in less time, long rest.
Yeah, long
Yeah.
rest. Because
You want to do a long rest? Sure.
some of us have spent our abilities, so
How do you do
Mhm.
a long rest?
it's just on your character sheet and you get dice.
Yep, you can hit L rest. On that point, Castus, since everyone else is having a long rest and you don't necessarily need one, what are you doing?
I'm gonna wait for some of the fires to go out, I guess, and investigate some of these buildings.
Wait, where is it actually? I'm sorry, I'm confused. Where's
Under hit dice, which is the second like box towards the top, says S rest and L rest. You hit L rest.
I'm crazy.
On your character sheet,
Yeah, I'm on my character sheet. I see like
you
actions.
see your hit
attributes.
points.
Yes.
You see your hit dice.
Yes.
Under hit dice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then hit L rest.
Okay. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I'm new.
How dare you not understand this program you've used twice in a game you've
So-
played twice?
So unfortunately, I can't make the fires go out because they are
Man.
baked into the background. But
I can just imagine the fire isn't there. I have
Yep.
an imagination.
so, do you want to say that you're just going to spend this time like roaming around, looking for bits and pieces of interest?
Sure. Well, we'll look for baubles. I'll give the old man a proper burial out in the dirt.
I'm dead.
You killed your father.
Roll me a
Maybe
d20,
you should
please.
be.
An 8. Roll me a d20 again.
Hits just keep on coming. 4.
Buddy.
Cool. No, that's all good.
We need to
You
give
find-
him like
Oh.
a permanent +5 or something.
Well, this isn't like a check. This is on a table.
Just saying, in general.
So, in your time going around the town, looking around, burying chickens, burying chicken owners, you find a few things. You find, for one, a wand. You
I hate when loot drops for not my right character, my right class.
You don't know what the wand does at first glance. If you give it like a shake and pointing it at like trees, nothing comes out or whatever. It seems like it's a very niche sort of particular item, but it's there.
Get identified later.
Yep.
It's the wand of
You also
laughter.
came across a nestled away underneath the burning fires of the chicken man's house. There was a plate of armor, like a breastplate. And it, much like what happened with Roe, as you touch it, you can feel that there is a deeper magic here. There is something that you can attune to, were you to choose to.
Well, being the cautious sort, he'll bag that for identification also.
Cool. Yep. And finally, there is one other thing that you find.
Clean some of the soot off first.
Yeah, there's one other thing that you find as a guaranteed item, and that's deeper into the burning city hall, where the burning zombie was, just to the left of the big statue.
Okay.
Set square in the middle of the burning building, potentially the point of origin of the fire. You find a holy symbol of the Church of Zakarum. It is untouched by the flame, and if you touch it with bare skin, it burns your hand.
That's crazy. How do you spell Zakarum?
Zakarum. You're well aware of the Zakarum Church. They are the largest faith in the world that came across the sea from the jungles in the east. They are a little bit of a problem in Westmarch because they're threatening the crown and starting to potentially wrestle some control away, as people do not necessarily like the crown very much, but they like the church, giving them like a better chance of life.
Right.
So you're aware there's a little bit of political machinations going on back home. You're aware that they're very popular in Khanduras, because Khanduras is also very impoverished, and anyone that can breathe some hope is welcomed. So yeah, it would be like sort of finding like a cross sort of thing.
Yeah. So does it just burn skin? If I apply water to it, does it still burn skin? Like it's still hot to the touch?
Yes, still hot to the touch, but only to skin. If you like wrap a cloth
Wrap it.
around it, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay, if that's the case. I'll bundle it up and package that and stow that away.
Sweet.
Interesting.
With all that,
Hold on, no, you're all sleeping.
there's nothing else really to do apart from rest. There's some pumpkins you could eat. They're fresh on the vine. You could eat a
Chicken
pumpkin.
nap,
You want a
chicken
pumpkin?
nap. Roast some
Chicken nap.
pumpkins in the city hall.
Window pumpkins.
He'll grab a pumpkin actually and make his way up to Deckard Cain's house and he'll roast the pumpkin while he's waiting and enjoy a snack.
Sure.
Pumpkin snack. Yeah.
Can't believe my son doesn't throw fruit at objects. He eats them like a commoner.
I don't enjoy a liquid diet that's 90 proof or higher.
So I'm going to say that is a good place to potentially pause if people want to stop there. If you want, we can just finish the inscription and then pause, or what do people feel like? We're going at it for a little while.
Up to you guys.
I am good with
I'm
whatever.
happy to stop here. I'll have dinner soon anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, there we go. Made some significant progress. We've entered the town of Tristram, cleared it out of its assorted townsfolk, found some loot, found broken a demonic ritual, and found some memoirs of an ancient scholar.
And killed some chickens.
And killed some chickens.
I can't wait to go into a town with real people and then start shooting them.
Oh my god. Why did we decide that playing a game with you was a good idea? You're chaos incarnate.
Oh my god.
I don't get punished for bad things.
I mean,
Because I have the you can't punish me button called friends.
You say that now, friends is very, very situational, and that's a pretty big downside.
Yeah, it didn't work.
You
that
haven't
one
gone back to
time.
town yet.
Yeah, that guy. You stole his coat, and you've used parts of his coat too.
He hasn't got me yet.
Yeah.
Because you
but he
haven't gone
didn't
back to
follow
town
us.
yet.
When I go back to town, he's gonna be disappeared already.
Oh my god.
I'm ready. I'm ready for you to show him the consequences of friendship. That's kind of screwed
man.
up. Show him the consequences of friendship.
Show it.
How dare you, friend?
I'm ready, May. I'm ready for you to punish me. I'm ready for the reroll experience. I'm ready.
Alright.
Well, there we go. That's our second game complete. Thank you all for coming along. It was nice. We'll be here again probably 2 weeks from now, unless people want to do it sooner. And that'll be that.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Sorry
watching.
I was so late.
That's okay.
That's okay.
See you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.